From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Hey, look at us. We did it again. Another 7 days around the sun. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live. That's my name. This is the show. We do Tuesdays, 9:30, etc., or 9 o'clock, etc., etc. If you're watching on YouTube, again, this is not live. This is Memorex. I totally am doing this for the first time. Let's all pretend you have not seen any of this before, and that I did not forget to click the record button before we went live. But I want to make sure I can post the VOD on YouTube. Again, not live on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, even if there's a chat, it is not live. But I'm glad to have you all here. Everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, aka the chat, and a group that I equally love is my Weirdo Empire, aka my YouTube members. Thank you so much. Brian Dermody, Commish Spiffy, Troy 11, Dave in Syracuse, Jonathan Mayer, Scott Keith, Hidden Track, Izzy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Fartmaster Supreme, Ken Terminated DQ, JT, Jacob Kinney, Brenticus Maximus, Jake, Champagne and JD, The Suzanimal, Adam Suzanne, Yankee Hawk, 04, Peyton Andrews, Adam Simon, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J. Neptune Man, Bam 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 Dog, Sean Fox, Jesse, Jamie, Impua, Wild Woobs, Brandon Stevenson, Casual Villainy, Time of Bauer, Ninja Tyler Black, Active Graves, Mark Webster, Justin aka the Buddha Bull himself, Unpop, Sean O'Connell, Coop's Footy Vids, not to be confused with Coopy's Foot Vids, D Cribs, Brando H, Algio de Santo Gold, get some of that blood money, Kubla 1972, and our newest member, Philip Romaine. Hello to everybody. If you're not a YouTube member, you can hold down the subscribe button, and it'll give you the options to become a member. It'd be really cool. If you like what I'm doing and want to help me out with $1 or $2, that'd be great. You'll get a bonus stream towards the middle of the month, likely. But we got a lot of show, and we are already over the time I wanted to be doing this. Oh yeah, join the Discord, tinyurl.com/discord for Tom Green. Go in there, chat it up throughout the week. I got a lot of great folks in there chatting wrestling. Also as well, my pal Alan Cunahan, aka Alan Forel, for those of you who are Pro Wrestling Torch VIP subscribers. Alan just uploaded a podcast I recorded with him Saturday morning, our annual podcast where he and I give each other a different old wrestling TV show to watch, and we chatted up. We went about 3 hours. My butt was very sweaty at the end. I gave him an episode of WCW Pro Chicago featuring our pal Jack Brickhouse, and he gave me an episode of OVW TV from January 2004. It is something. So yeah, go check me out on the Alan Forel Pro Wrest Paradise podcast on the PW Porch VIP site. But for right now, let's go back to 1994. Let's watch WCW Saturday Night. Let's go. As always, let me know how the audio is. Hell yeah, Jack Ryan downloaded Twitch specifically for this show. You are awesome. Thank you, my friend. So the reason why I'm rushing so much is because about an hour before we went live, I was testing everything, and you wouldn't know it based on how much I mess up. I do try to test things, but absolutely I do, and I did not realize this show is 2.5 hours long. So we're going to be here late tonight, folks. My apologies and or warnings. We'll be here till about 11:30.
Next on WCW Saturday
That is Sid
Night,
Vicious's arm. Wow, thank you, Ref Rob Page, for the
Nasty Boys
back
led by
dropping.
sleazy manager Missy Hyatt are challenged by high-flying heartthrob.
Might turn it up just a little bit.
After losing to
Got a very rude comment on YouTube today that I talk too much during these.
Must wear the chicken costume. His mask is on the line when terrible Texan
Which I said, you know what a watch-along is. Also, if you're watching in the YouTube comments, or not the YouTube comments, fuck the YouTube comments, unless you're leaving nice comments, then those are great. But if the chat is cutting off on the screen, let me know. Missy Hyatt cosplaying Andy Warhol. There we go. Pretty wonderful. Also, thank you everybody for your nice words on that jerk. YouTube. Yes, NXT is from Center Stage. This is War, Michael Hickenbottom. Paul Levesque. We're gonna go meet at the Alamo, motherfuckers. Look, it's the Battle of the Ropes. Terry Taylor and Paul Orndorff. Who is Terry Taylor? Oh, Terry Taylor and Eric Watts. One of my top 3 favorite vegetables. Is corn a vegetable? So number 1. Number 2 is broccoli. Number 3 is a carrot. But a cold little baby carrot. Like baby carrots. Gross. Says Ref Rob Page. Aren't you from Minnesota? You guys even have vegetables in Minnesota?
Which one was the legal man? I'm not sure if it was Bagwell. I'm not sure if it was Scorpio. I'm not sure if it was Orange.
Yeah, I wanted to respond to that guy and be like, you would just watch me staring at my screen. Oh, Eric Watts. I'm sorry I insulted you, Ref Rob Page. I thought you were insulting corn or baby carrots. Eric Watts. Double Thunder Cage. That's right. Super Bowl 4 coming up at this time period. Yeah, Eric Watts was in WCW for a lot longer than people realize in this run. And then he came back in 99.
Like Roman Orndorff. You know, he's cocky. He's got a lot of ability. He knows what he's doing in that ring. And he's got an attitude problem.
Got an attitude problem, says the brain.
Block and down goes Eric Watts. Over the top. Drop toe hold.
Oh,
He's got the STF. He's got it on.
Oh, the STF.
Across the face. Really has a chin lock applied that time.
Yes, the nepotism match. Nick Patrick should not be allowed to referee a Jody Hamilton managed team. That's just bullshit. Eric Watts' moves, Raver Dude in '94 would have been dope. Imagine all the guys that would have said no to his moves.
You shouldn't let it affect him like that, but he does. And he's going to have to deal with that. And as long as he lets the people...
Eric Watts is, I think, a year and a half into his career, and they still treat him like the only move, or he wrestles like the only move he knows is the STF. That's a good point. No, you stick it. Nick Patrick should not be allowed to ref full stop. I'll leave it up to the folks in the chat who watched Off the Grid this week. Better referee, Lolly Dude or Nick Patrick?
I mean, there's nothing like kicking a good man when he's down.
Lolly Dude, who I found out was Crybaby Buxton in Global. Eric Watts, I'm surprised didn't make it into that Mayhem game.
When a team teams up for the first couple times, there's a lot of rough edges. They're not tagging right. They're stepping on each other in and out of the ring.
They're stepping on each other in and out of the ring?
Working out a little bit before in the gym or someplace.
BMP says Lolly Dude, the better of the two. I would go with Lolly Dude. Lolly Dude, even though he was bigger than most of the wrestlers and had bright hair, stood out in a bad way much less than Nick Patrick. He was like, I'm going to be in your face. Every time there's a tight shot, I'm going to slide my face in there. No one would pick Eric Watts in the game. No offense to Bobby Blaze. Who's picking Bobby Blaze in Mayhem? What kid out there is like, Bobby Blaze? Yankee Hako 4, thank you so much for upping your sub. By the way, thank you to Jonathan Mayer and Ghost of Burt Prentice for upping their subs before we went live. I missed it in all the chaos. For anybody that's new, I put all those subs in a syringe, and then I poke myself in the butt cheek.
Backslide, 1, 2. Got a 2 count. Comes over the side headlock.
Maybe the guy that does the Bobby Plays podcast picks Bobby Plays.
Across the ring, he's got a lot of speed.
There we go. Oh, he almost lost him. The Roy Orbison, they said his name, the Roy Orbison Elvis-looking dude. I forget it. I don't know his connection to everybody. The Roy Orbison manager from Off the Grid on Sunday.
Trying to turn the tide here, get the momentum back in his team, and he is stomping away on the head of Terry Taylor. And boy, Orndorff, and you managed.
By the way, I made a decision for Off the Grid because somebody pointed out that the next Off the Grid would be on Super Bowl night. And a lot of folks are like, "I'll go ahead and stream against the Super Bowl." And I'm like, I don't like football, but I also, I don't know. Seems like I'd be butting heads with some folks. I'm going to stream that Monday.
I don't know how to express it to you, but when that bell rings, they sit in their chairs and you're in that ring. They cannot help you.
I don't really pay attention to Raw, so it's like whatever, you know. Hey, Duke the Dumpster. I hope it's Duke Drosy. And plus, my son really likes Taylor Swift, and so he's probably gonna want to watch Travis Kelce.
Now you gotta hook the tights.
Oh, your wrestling group is a show Super Bowl night.
Remember, he'll do it to you.
A power slam. 1, 2. He hooked the leg.
Super Bowl's a rerun anyway. I know the Chiefs are playing. That's about all I know. Is Philly the other team? Saw a lot of folks happy about the Birds. Like, I legitimately know nothing about football.
And down goes
Like Gordon at last call.
Here's the thing. Noli doesn't think Travis Kelce's the guy. He loves Taylor too much. Last year, he was, like, furious that Travis Kelce did not propose.
But they're both down.
All right, so Philly and the Chiefs.
Now the ladies behind Terry Taylor here at the arena. And Taylor.
Well, he's going to make the tag first. Roma made the tag.
Yeah, I don't watch sports. I like my sports predetermined.
Fist of fire. Right hand. And again, down he goes. Right hand to the kisser. And again. Eric Watts taking on both men and continuing to pummel away.
Well, the referee's got to get both of them out of there.
Eric Watts, people don't realize how freaking huge this guy. Look, good drop kick.
Now remember, it's Orndorff and
Here's my pick for the Rumble. The men's Rumble. We'll go Punk. Women's Rumble. That's the problem. I don't watch enough WWE to really. I'm aware of things. Like, I know Punk was in the last promo last night, so I figure he's in position to win that one. The women's one, I have no idea who's Bianca. Is Bianca still getting pushed? I like Bianca. Why is Eric Watts so awkward? Is it his daddy?
What's he doing there?
Well, it seems like he was maneuvering the knee pad, and then he put his hand in his pocket.
I know Charlotte's coming back because I saw that really weird vignette they aired on Friday for like the real soft lighting that looked like a boudoir shoot.
Well, take a look here, Tony. I see him adjusting the knee pad.
Even though I am local, I will not be at the Rumble.
I don't see anything shiny. I don't see like a hard
Get-in price is like $200. I'm not paying that much to sit at the top of an NFL stadium and not be able to watch a show.
Dustin and Flying Brian about one of the main events.
Crank up the volume and
Look at this team.
Because tonight, Harlem Heat equalizer. You looking at 3 bad men.
Harlem Heat and the equalizer against these. Brian Pillman, he didn't want to buy a new jacket, so what he did with the Hollywood Blondes jacket was he just kind of pushed the sleeves up, make himself look like a bit more of a coke lord. Who's got creative? God, who does have? I want to say Flair's booking his stuff, and then the rest of it's like a Dusty-led committee. Yeah, but Bill Dundee's on the committee. Yeah, Green Boy, that's right. And yeah, part of the 2.5 hours, we do have commercials. That's why I played that concert up front. Shout out Rilo Kiley. For those of you watching on YouTube, again, we're not live. I have to say it because I look through the comments when I post the VOD the next day, and it's, oh, you never respond to me. And I'm like, because I was 2 hours ago. I was 3 hours ago. Get on Twitch. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, the pre-show I played Rilo Kiley's Austin City Limits set from I think 2004, 2005, because Rilo Kiley is back together.
I was scrawny.
I'm thrilled.
Invisible to guys.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
So I drank milk, and it worked. I wanted a better body, so I drank milk, and it worked.
Telling girls out there, if you would like hips and boobs, drink some milk. I'm happy it popped the check. Rilo Kiley rules.
That'll work.
Milk, it does a body good.
There's only one way to make the coolest games even cooler. Game Genie. To start at any level, Game Genie. To play your way.
I think the day I figured out I like boys and girls was first time I saw Rilo Kiley, like in video form. Jenny Lewis and Blake's in it. Hello.
Now, Game Genies cost less. Each sold separately for most video game systems.
Yeah, Game Genie. We all want to cheat games. I was like 6. I met like a 12-year-old that had a Game Genie. Thought he was the coolest dude on the planet.
Crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
2 years later, that kid got arrested for having meth on him. They will most likely not swing by Indy. I posted the other day, the closest I will likely ever get to one of those sets is via somebody's iPhone.
My dandruff shampoo is good.
Like if somebody like films it or live streams it, one of the shows.
Like Selsun
I'm
Blue.
still happy they're back
Doctors recommend
together.
it more
I
than
love
all
them.
leading brands. Selsun Blue. Doctor recommended #1.
Selsun Blue, all you wrestling fans and your dry scalps. Why are we doing Bowflex on top of a warehouse? Or in an empty warehouse for that matter? Solo Flex.
For a free brochure, call anytime.
Okay, Bobby the Brain and I are now joined by Mean Gene Okerlund. Still to come, the Nasty Boys.
3 wise men.
Tag team belts against Too Cold and
2 wise men and a guy that will give you some wisdom on the hotline, but it probably won't be correct.
The boss will be here and much more. Mean Gene, what do you have for us this week?
Yes, Mitch Pump. So far, the ad execs think we're scrawny gamers with dandruff who need to work out, and damn it, they are right.
WCW officials taking place here in the building. I'm going to try to get the lowdown on that.
Lowdown.
Also going to be in the Super Brawl Control Center. I will be talking to Vader.
And he said the word titties. We can't air it. We did another take, but he said titties.
What's so funny?
Have you ever worn a chicken suit?
Have I ever worn a chicken suit? No.
Have you ever worn a chicken suit?
Try weasel out of it, though, Tony.
What, are you referring to me now?
No, I was talking about Colonel Parker.
Well, go talk to Tony. Or you both of you go talk to the human.
Whatever.
Here's how it all happened at the Clash of the Champions just 2 days
It bugs me that their mic, their pop filters, their wind filter gimmicks are different colors. Just how hard is it to get a second purple one? Alright, this is from the Clash of the Champions. Very likely I'm gonna have to edit this part out because for some reason YouTube's cool with like the Saturday Night and the the worldwide stuff, but if it airs a clip from a show that's on Peacock, no way. I loved that Steve Austin and Rob Parker switched gear for this match. Where Austin had to get stuff that looked like Colonel Parker's, but he couldn't wear it because he was too small.
Yes, no. Did he get it? No. 2 count. Did he get him? No, he didn't. And now the boss chasing Stunning Steve away. He's taking Stunning Steve all the way back to the dressing room area.
Austin would have been a fun manager. It's a shame that he became one of the most popular wrestlers of all time. Yeah, the boss.
Promotional considerations paid for by the following.
For the ultimate and crashing and bashing.
Crash. Did anybody ever play this game? I never played it. I know, and like I always knew it existed, but it was like, who cared? Yeah, I like the ramps.
Preferred stock. What preferred
I'll always argue for
from the
ramps.
House of Stetson.
Stetson. Lady Stetson.
Spirit of the West, the power of a woman, the fragrance that captures it all. Lady Stetson, it's how the West was won.
All right, so that happened a mere 2 days ago. Colonel Parker.
Shout-outs to everyone between Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch so far. We got over 400 folks watching live. Hello, hello. Steve Austin wearing his vest made out of an old lamp.
Well, you said earlier that's what you should do. Hold the
Boy Scouts hate old plantation owners. Lady Stetson makes your hoo-ha smell like a sweaty saddlebag, says Brian. Satan's son. Hey, it's Brady Boone. Brady Boone's a guy who I'm a big fan of. Hey, Mr. Spiffy. Brady Boone, if you've never seen him, you're in for a treat if Austin lets him do his stuff.
Let me see that note.
They say if an announcement.
Like RVD has said that Brady Boone was one of his main influences to kind of spoil what Brady Boone does. He was just so damn small that, like in this era, he wasn't going to get pushed. He was like the itty bitty fella from Robbinsdale High School. Michael Allshore, yeah, that was his name. I didn't know what Michael Allshore did, and like what his connection was to the NWF. And yeah, Brady Boone. Think he could do a spin kick in those bad boys? A roundhouse, yes. I misquoted it. Yes, Mr. Spiffy. Yep, we talked about that a few minutes ago. Crybaby Buxton, Lolly Dude, one and the same. I'm ashamed I did not put the 2 and 2 together when we were live.
But Steve Austin's got too much experience.
Look at this. La Magistral attempt. Such a new move that Austin had no idea what he was doing.
That was an impressive move. It was.
Like a La Magistral cradle on American Wrestling TV in 1994. That was sick.
Dons the chicken soup. Head first now. And
It's for the Boon Kwando, yes.
Picks him up. Drops him down. Atomic drop.
Also a guy that knows how to sell an atomic drop. He holds the butt cheek. It is not a low blow. Yes, he was Battle Cat.
Look at Brady Boone.
Look at that. Ooh.
That'll happen sometimes.
Good for Austin. He knew the guy was good. He's gonna let him do his stuff.
You'll wonder just what this kid had.
I don't think there's any doubt what Brady Boone has.
Oh, it would mean a lot to his career if he could knock off the United States champion here in front of millions and millions of people.
No, it wouldn't be the tamed. It'd be the butt cheek or the butthole. Because you want to hit him right on the tailbone. He hasn't done any of that type. He'll if he gets to do his stuff later on, he'll do it. Hello, Sonics fan.
Oh. Well, how you like Colonel Parker? Original recipe or extra crispy?
I like it.
Yeah, Steve Austin is a cat guy on TikTok now. Just don't look at what he's liking and sharing, or liking and hearting elsewhere on social media.
A lot of good mat wrestling here.
You really are. And Austin It's a complete wrestler. A brawler if need be, or a wrestler if need be.
Well, you got to be able to do both.
You think KFC and Burger King loved all of the free advertising they got on wrestling TV in this era?
Stunning Steve. In the corner, Steve got it caught.
Austin just, he's a big fan of our current president. I'll leave it at that. Because folks get mad when I talk about politics on here. I never check, like, oh my gosh! He just gave himself the beach break.
Boone tried an acrobatic type maneuver and it backfired on him that time, and I think Brady Boone hurt himself that time. As he
Don't you think he hurt himself?
See, now is where you have to choke the man. Now you hook his windpipe with your index.
But it's like somebody else put it. He's a middle-aged white rich dude from Texas. Who do you think he's gonna like?
Anyway, go ahead.
Come on.
I don't know where I'm
Let's get back to the action. Brady Boone
and Brady Boone
doing some Brady Boone things with the kicks.
Got some fight.
Up and over and down.
Nick Patrick's shockingly staying out of the way so far. There we go. Roundhouse in those bad boys. That was not the bridge of the nose.
Right near the brain.
Right near the brain. Right near the brain. Generally, yes. Like, oh. Like if you're like spleen or nose, yeah, the nose is closer to the brain. Exactly, Ghost of Brute Prince. Yes. They rushed away. Did they go like long? This is not live. Duncan was a really fun finish.
Most did it for money.
The episode of Pro Chicago I watched with Alan on the podcast we did for the Torch website the other day. Moondog Rex did a stun gun on the top turnbuckle, and it looked devastating. I loved it.
Award Theater presentation. Bite the Bullet.
Bite the bullet. Yes, exactly, Refs' Wizards. All head-based offense, relatively speaking, close to the brain. No single gum. Imagine drinking milk and then with like the milk aftertaste in your mouth chewing some gum. I like Tony. I think a Botchamania video would make Tony sad, and therefore I would not like it.
Now there's a new way to spell hero. Don't kill me.
I don't like things that make Tony Schiavone sad. I do wish he was my father, though.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 4th at a theater near you.
It's Groundhog Day.
Oh god, yeah, I'm sorry, Yankee Hawk. That sounds disgusting. Sonic 3. I'm not such a big Sonic 3 guy. Sonic 2, of course, classic. Sonic 3.
Every day, folks from across the country come
Miracle
to
Ear. Speak up, lady.
Questions about hearing loss and hearing aids. Now you can get straight answers.
Belch into the microphone. You saw H. Ventura with your mom when you were 11.
Straight talk about hearing loss. And that's exactly what
I think I saw Ace Ventura with my Bible-thumping sister-in-law, who was like a big Jim Carrey.
Nerve deafness?
When I was like
How do I know
6.
if I have it?
Is there anything I can do to hear better on the phone?
I don't think she understood
the
the
hearing instrument can help me.
How can I help my husband realize that he may have a hearing loss?
He could never rock shoulder pads like the hearing aid lady.
By calling for your free booklet.
But she cannot snort a lane like him.
Both the call and the information are free.
That's a good point, Judas Effect. If they talk really soft, everybody will think they need hearing aids. And so they make a lot of money. I love how it says not a medical exam. You cannot call this toll-free 800 number and get a medical exam. I like Blue Chew. Imagine going to a granny party and all they have is Twix.
Twix gives you chewy caramel twice, milk chocolate twice, and that cookie crunch twice.
Cookie crunch.
After another.
Yeah, what a sweet party. A bunch of grandmas and a plate of Twix.
Cure at a reasonable price. So I switched from Monistat.
Oh shit! I believe this is our first yeast cream commercial. Our first vaginal cream commercial.
My cure is Miselex.
Because calcium is so important for strong bones, we've added a
That
new
poor
dose of
cow.
one with calcium.
They probably shot this thing all day, and these kids are just fucking with the others. I specifically remember this commercial because it aired for like 2 years straight. There we go, Mean Gene in a totally real room that it totally exists. I do think he has an actual gray table.
We're counting down to 3 weeks.
I think the gray table is real, and everything else is predetermined.
The players in the main event have just turned up the heat another 50 degrees this past Thursday night at the Clash of the Champions. The WCW heavyweight champion Ric Flair is slated to meet his awesome challenger Vader in Thunder Cage 1. I've been informed there are major announcements forthcoming during the course of
this was taped at Center Stage where was this? I have no idea. They never said where this room was.
I'm sure you recall the announcement this past Thursday.
Another Time Weather Channel looks like this bullshit these days.
As the commissioner of
I love how they couldn't get Nick Bonkwiggle to like show up and take a new picture. So if you just heard Nick Bonkwiggle's the commissioner, you're like, why is this guy a naked commissioner? Hey Nathan.
On one side, Mr. Wonderful.
What a random ass match.
Rick Rude and stunning Steve Austin with Colonel Robert Parker in their corner.
Yeah, Steve J. Neptune, man. It was like, oh, we can't sanction this match. Ric Flair's hurt. La, 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 la. I think they even said it was going to be Steamboat Invader for like a week. And it's like, oh yeah, it's on.
Makers went to work quickly to sign the WCW Tag Team Champions, the Nasty Boys, managed by Missy Hyatt, to a tag
this
team
match, for those of you who've never seen it, is infamous for Max Payne
let's hear from both the challengers.
Somehow not killing Brian Knobbs with the sickest Saito suplex I've ever seen in my life, as revenge for Brian Knobbs being an asshole to enhancement. Nick Bonkwiggle's the buck naked but very intelligent and well-spoken commissioner. That's a vibe.
You know where you're going when you're walking down the street in Nastyville. You know what Nasty Sensation's all about. No way.
Yeah, Bonkwiggle's just arrived at that clash, but you'd think somebody would be like, hey, can we take a picture of you?
You know, Sunday, February 20th at Super Brawl. Cactus Jack, Max Payne, we're going to be there against none other than the Nasty Boys. Well, this time
they look like the two shittiest moms at kindergarten drop-off.
We're prepared, and there will be no mercy. There comes a time in every wrestler's life where hurting people isn't good enough. Nasty Boys, this is that time because it's Super Brawl.
Yeah, that's how the second Thunder Cage match came off. Like, oh, we spent a bunch of money on this thing. We don't want to put it up and take it down for like a 10-minute match. Let's just make another match.
WCW Saturday Night. They have a title defense against Too Cold Scorpio.
I don't know if Max Payne likes Pantera. He likes some really like obscure metal.
3 weeks from tomorrow night,
Max Payne's a music nerd.
Exclusively on pay-per-view. Super Brawl
he probably likes stuff way more obscure than Pantera.
Means action and excitement. Call your cable company now and join us for the WCW's Super Brawl. Sunday, February 20th, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 out of the West Coast, all of it live on pay-per-view.
All of it.
After the clash this past Thursday night, a lot of rumors flying about the Nasty Boys and their manager, Missy Hyatt. Was there a falling out?
There was a falling out. I think they said on the hotline that like she wanted them to like wrestle more. It made her sound real stupid. When she had been gone from the company for months, or like for a month and a half at this point. Incident 73, thank you for upping your sub. That's right, Super Brawl 4 never released on videotape.
The world's greatest movie library. Take a break with Sinbad.
I do not think WWE has the Thunder Cage in their warehouse, Chris Prime, and I'll tell you why. Because when WWE acquired all the assets from WCW,
Guess what
they were a
combos is
fucking
pouring
wreck.
into crunchy baked pretzels.
And most of the
Cheddar pretzel combos. See why
non-related
combos taste
items just got thrown out. Like, if the Thunder cage was even still usable, they probably were just like, fuck it, we already have cages.
Skinny, puny, rejected by girls. You need a milk to get taller.
The chat is jinky? Oh no. Hey Steve-O, welcome.
Muscle. So,
Welcome.
exercise, determination. Look at him. He's big, he's strong.
Yeah, like all the signage and stuff, I'd say 90% of it was like rusted and gross and had to be thrown out. Like a bunch of the WCW tapes they had to get rid of.
Thunder King. 2 men in her, and only the man.
Alright,
And Vader for it all inside Thunder Cage. World Championship Wrestling presents Super Brawl 4 Double Thunder Cage.
Double Thunder
Sunday, February
Cage.
20th live and only on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator for
I think
availability.
like 7 or 8 different guys used the song as entrance music.
There's only one way to make the coolest games even
I hope that cage is still somewhere. It wasn't just like destroyed.
to play your way. Well, get this. Game Genie's got the secret codes for Mortal Kombat. And if you think Mortal Kombat is awesome now, wait till you play it with Game
You think Mortal Kombat's awesome? Buy this piece of hardware that has nothing to do with that game.
Sold separately for most video game systems. Free Mortal Kombat Game Genie codes at participating retailers while supplies last.
Buy our bootleg Mortal Kombat codes book.
Cousins and feeling twice removed.
Yeah, I know when Bischoff took over, he thought Halloween Havoc was the big show of the year, not Starrcade. That's probably why they spent more on Halloween Havoc.
Milk chocolate.
This commercial is so strange. Like, who is it appealing to?
After another.
And also, was he gonna like make out with the grannies?
Sonic 3 is coming.
Look for the shadow.
On Groundhog Day. Make it Hedgehog Day.
Did you see the shadow? Look up.
Sonic 3, February 2nd.
In a timeless battle between war.
I think it was even that way when they moved it, Steve-O. That they, because there's a Joan London power plant video.
No one.
Where they show that like, oh yeah, they just keep all the extra merch and like a bunch of like banners and stuff in the power plant.
Strike back and we'll strike back hard.
Like it's the Chikara Wrestle Factory or something.
The series.
Babylon 5.
All right, BG Knuckle back at WCW Saturday Night with me, United States Heavyweight Champion.
What was that line to United States Heavyweight Champion?
And also, the man who thought this night would never come, Colonel Robert Parker.
How much do you think Rob Parker's dry cleaning bill was every week? Wearing a white suit and a white hat for wrestling shows? Well, plus an extra for actually washing the mats. The power plant, Steve-O. Yeah, Austin, I don't think there were showers at Center Stage. I think everybody had to go to the hotel to shower. That place is a dump. But yeah, I'm not surprised Steve Austin's still sweaty. I'm honestly surprised he's still sweaty. And they didn't record this like 8 hours later.
Looks at me as a gentleman and a scholar that nobody has any right to put me in a bowl.
Just a second, Colonel. You have been reduced to tears.
I would not be surprised if Rob Parker had a suit per day. The MLW is running Center Stage next weekend. WWE is running there right now as we're recording. I feel bad that my pal Ben Buchanan
I'm sure he wants another piece of Steve Austin,
grew up in that
but he's got
area.
a long wait ahead of him.
It's like the biggest Center Stage mark I know. And he's not going to get to wrestle there tonight.
But nevertheless, he's at the bottom of our list. Rest assured, Gene, that's what's going on today in wrestling.
I guarantee you, no, this man is going to end up in that. You're going to end up in that chicken suit.
If it did happen, I was forced to be in a chicken suit.
We're going to see.
I say, Floghorn Leghorn. That's the Singapore version. Yeah, he did just say that's the bottom line. I think that was just like a thing he would say. Like a tick. And it just ended up becoming one of the most popular catchphrases in wrestling history. There we go, here's Vader, and hey, he has a new gear. Vader and Harley. I thought Harley was gonna blow a kiss at the camera. I don't try to do Dusty, I don't try to do Austin. Because like you said, Stephen J. Neptune, man, everybody thinks they have good impressions. Nobody actually does. Chris Nelson, classy Chris Nelson, the opponent. Did I hear what happened to the WCW rings? I know they were like given out to a bunch of different wrestling schools. Les Thatcher got some. Terry Taylor was just given one, even though he didn't have a wrestling school. I think Bill Barron's got one. Yeah, a bunch of like the bigger wrestling schools got WCW rings after WCW closed. Oh yeah, this is going to be a squash. I really don't think Chris Nelson's going to get offense. Yeah, I think Dusty got one for the Turnbuckle School. That's right, Mitch. Cody's a liar because Bruce Pritchard's Dusty sucks. And I like Cody more than most people, but Cody's lying if he says that Bruce Pritchard's Dusty is good. And I say that knowing that Cody is Dusty's son. Will Sasso's Austin is incredible. He's one of the few that can actually do it. Oh gosh. Oh jeez.
And he's not in with full shot. He's just slapping him around with. Those are love taps.
Yeah, those are just like mauling. Oh sweet, you're wrestling for Wildside. I love Wildside. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wildside got at least one. I love that Vader is really punching him, but also making very funny sounds while doing so. Oh gosh! Oh, slammed him on his kidney.
That'll be, of course, 7 o'clock for you fans out on the West Coast.
I think they know that.
Vader doing the 5 count would have been interesting. I kind of like it. Oh!
450 pounds. Vader. Gonna pick up Nelson now for a power bomb.
Oh! Oh, that one was not Vader's fault either. Why? What did he think Vader was doing?
Vader.
Like,
is your winner.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he's. Oh God, he's stepping. Like, what move did he think Vader was doing to him? Because he kind of like goes up all like one of those inflatable tube men.
Look at this, Tony. Look at the force when he comes down. Watch the mat shake. Look at that. This man is.
They just got a good tan. Oh my! Yeah, why does he go sideways?
Side of the neck.
All right, Vader is your winner now. He and Harley Race.
Dude, my wife, like, I think is horrified by the noises I make in here.
All right, the
Every
big man
week.
leaving still more carnage in the center of the ring, getting the Duke here this week on WCW Saturday Night. Harley Race. Of course, the Clash is history.
You can see him say "fuck" on the replay. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Your man Vader meeting.
Imagine being Harley Race and getting to be front, like not even front row, ringside for all of these destructions. You did not get paid extra for basing Vader. You just part of the job. I love when Vader would like be silly and just kind of dance in the background. What is Vader doing? I think Harley Race had one of the all-time great promo voices. Like, he could be talking about fucking drinking orange juice at lunchtime. It would sound intimidating.
Charlotte, North Carolina for 1 minute. Flair, I nearly beat you to death.
Like, if Vader was gonna have a manager, it would have to be somebody that sounded like Harley Race.
Wrestling. Let's face it, it was a Christmas miracle.
Oh, I bet Harley did wind him up so much.
The holidays are over.
Hey, Leon,
Time to get back.
this guy said you're fat and smelly.
Super Brawl. We're gonna settle it.
Yeah, they did say Vader built Thunder Cage. I think they actually, even though they'd done Thunder Cage matches before, they were going around saying Vader had, like, personally architected it. That's not a word.
Beating your butt. And you're laying on your
Harley is 51, Vader was 38.
I might take some of your blood and wipe it on that little boy. I might ask your wife if she wants to go out with a real man or a dog friend.
Oh, he's gonna fuck Ric Flair's wife.
Because it will be Vader's revenge.
All right, I thank you very much. And by the way, both Harley Race and Vader, I want you to stay tuned here to WCW.
Exactly. Vader's building a cage and he's letting the other guys in the six-man borrow it. It's very funny. Like, Vader's getting like a lender's fee.
Ric Flair. It happens right here.
Oh no, we just saw Vader.
What is CNN Sports Tonight?
What is it?
Highlights, stats, and scores. The play of the day.
To catch what happened in sports today,
watch CNN Sports Tonight, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on CNN.
Goes to Burna says, I can see the pitch from Vader. Yeah, I did some welding in 10th grade shop class. Of course I could build the Thunder Cage.
Look for the shadow. On Groundhog Day. Make that Hedgehog Day.
Did you see the shadow? Look out!
Sonic 3, February 2nd.
Take this ad break time to remind folks, hey, if you're watching on Twitter, you're going to have way more fun if you pop over to Twitch. You can actually get in the chat. Chat it up, the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club. I'd really appreciate it. I see a lot of you watching on Twitter. Hey, LJH, welcome. Got plenty of show. Glad to have you. CCR. I miss these commercials.
3 big albums. All the excitement of this legendary band.
I think CCR was one of the few bands my dad actually liked. My dad didn't like music.
The best of Creedence.
I do like Have You Ever Seen the Rain?
30 great hits. 3 big albums.
Like we need, like,
The most complete
I don't know what would be an old band these days, like the Shins doing a compilation record and doing a commercial like this in like a dark room with a plant in the background, lip syncing to their songs.
Call 1-800-257-1234 to
That's
save all
awesome,
COD
Steve.
charges and pay only $19.98
A wrecking crew with the Mouse
for
vs.
3
Steiners in
cassettes
Hampton
or
Coliseum.
$24.98 for 2 CDs,
And DDP
plus
tipped him
$3
off.
shipping. Use your credit card or
That he's
send
gonna
check or
start
money order
wrestling.
to
That's awesome.
Creedence, P.O. Box 28.
How many music commercials aired? You mean like on the show itself?
COD charges by sending check or
Don't get
money
as many
order
as you
or use
think.
your credit card.
Brian, 3 great CDs, endless unforgettable memories, Maroon,
Better than last time, Tony?
all in the numbers.
Absolutely. It's my job to make sure people look good. A few weeks ago while doing test shots with Debbie.
Look at the hair on this guy.
Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. You see, regular shampoos merely rinse flakes away, so they could come back. But look, Head & Shoulders helps stop flakes from even forming. You see the
Look at this
difference?
beautiful lady
Picture perfect.
and her
Head & Shoulders
shitty
turns dandruff
scalp.
problems into beautiful hair.
They do pretty much have the same hair. There are these kids fucking with this cow
Because
again.
calcium is so important for strong bones, we've added a new Flintstones formula with calcium. Flintstones.
What if they
now with
pulled the
calcium.
udders and like Flintstone vitamins came out of them?
Welcome back, fans, to WCW Saturday Night. We were going to go to the video package, but we understand a press conference is imminent. Let's go in the back with Mean Gene Okerlund.
Oh shit, there's a press conference? Where the fuck in center stage is this room?
WCW Saturday Night, 3 weeks from tomorrow night, exclusively on pay-per-view. It's Super Brawl. I welcome you, the members of the press, to this impromptu press conference. If you would please remain seated and hold
so impromptu that Gene's like working on this show and got pulled away.
From the newly named commissioner of World Championship Wrestling, Mr. Nick Bockwinkel.
It is the responsibility, I think, of both the WCW board.
You can't just call a press conference like this impromptu during a live TV. Yeah, it's impromptu, but we hung up this giant banner.
We have to kind of steer, protect, and guide, and make sure that everybody gets the most out of what's taking place. And when I say that, it's that I know that we saw the Clash of Champions, we saw the awesome battle between Flair and Vader. And then we saw just this past Thursday night where that battle continued. And most athletes take...
I don't recognize Nick Bockwinkel with his shirt on.
Answer the bell. They want
yeah, it's impromptu, but we flew in Bill Apter.
They may make a poor judgment call.
Bill Apter lives in like New York.
In respects to the battle they've got to go into. And I am going to say at this time that it is our judgment and mine...
Please let me keep the press on standby just in case a press conference broke out.
And for those reasons,
this is 1994, Steve.
And postponing the Super Brawl 4. We are postponing the Super Brawl 4 championship.
Hey, at least they're... Wait, why is Harley? What happened to Harley's jacket? Why did he take it off? At least Vader's in gear and a little sweaty. Shut up! Shut up, Harley Race. Vader's leaning over like, kiss me. Come on, Rick. Kiss me in the mouth. Kiss me with those delicate lips. Oh. They could have waited until like Vader left or something. Yeah, Vader's still building the cage. You can't just impromptu be like, we're not having this match. He can't build the cage for the other 6-man. I think Nick Bockwinkel was just bored. And I mean, it's a can't-win position because he just looks like an old school teacher.
You won't get away with this, Steamboat. Why? Turn your back,
You should have kept the beard, Steamboat. You should have kept that sexy beard. Are they holding this press conference in like a middle school? Any place you see those doors. Doug Dillinger completely ineffective. Doug Dillinger was not there until after Vader left the room. Head of security.
That had been signed for Super Brawl in Thunder Cage 1 between Vader and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Tell these guys to settle down, please. Nick Bockwinkel also has fined Vader $25,000. Who knows what else is to come?
Who knows what else? Maybe he'll fire him.
Here on WCW Saturday Night when we continue on TBS.
Thunder Cage 1. Like they're fucking movies. That they could have just like had Tony Schiavone announce it or something instead of having to set all that up. I'm jealous you got to. I think we've talked about that before, Uncle Kaiju. I was supposed to go, and my dad was like, "Nope, I'm sleepy." Night of the Mutants. That should have been a Clash of the Champions. Clash of the Champion, Night of the Mutants.
My little buddy sleeping like
yeah, what if Vader's like, I'll just sell my cage to the WWF. I'm under contract as a wrestler, but not a welder. You can't control who I weld for.
Get the inside.
I'm union.
From Mean Gene
and Missy.
All the biggest names in wrestling on the WCW.
I've been seeing them together in this commercial. I brought it up before. I think it was the Wrestling Grapevine was the newsletter that Missy did the interview for after she left WCW. Again, Missy has been around every wrestler in the world at this point. And when she's asked about Mean Gene and working with Mean Gene on the hotline, unprompted, she exclaims, "Mean Gene Okerlund is the biggest pervert I've ever met."
Other snacks aren't so fulfilling. Pepperoni pizza combos.
Yeah, definitely hair extensions. I think she gave the hair extensions back to WCW, and Brian Pillman had them put in as a
Room
weave.
for improvement. Spicy mustard combos filled with creamy spicy mustard.
AEW is on Max and TNT and TBS. Who would I say are the top four, the other four in the top 5 non-violent perverts that Missy would have met? Trying to think. There's that period where she dated Hawk, so nobody was going to be pervy to her.
They've been voted artist of the decade.
Probably Gorgeous Gary Young.
Entertainer of the year 5 times.
Right, Eric Embry. I did see that, Green Boy. I was going to bring that up a little bit later. Richard Land, for those of you who do not know, if Missy ran across Buck Zumhoff, definitely Buck Zumhoff. Richard Land is, I think, wrestling's foremost obscure footage collector. Like, he's just out there getting new stuff every day. He's the guy that the guy that like got all those like tapes of WWF tapings from the WWE library after they digitized them. That's where they all came from. Like last year, it was Richard.
But it's not in stores.
He announced today
Please order now.
that he has the BET talk show with Johnny B. Bad and PN News discussing the plight of the black athlete in 1991. And he will be releasing it in the ways that he releases things. February 1st. So, go, if his DMs are open and you want to see it, hit up Richard Land. Just mention fish and chips. He'll know what you're talking about. I wish I could be more specific, but Richard's kind of secretive about things. I will have it on February 1st. Ian Riccaboni will have it on February 1st. And I guarantee you, it will not be through me, because I don't do that to Richard. Somebody, judging by all the other shit that he puts out, somebody will. Yeah, it's the first day of Black History Month. I didn't even think about that. Alright, here we go. Our Thunder Cage preview match. Sting in all caps, like a Japanese heel, with Flying Brian, who, depending on the day, did or did not have a last name, and Dustin Rhodes wearing the chaps to go along with the sparkly jacket. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. She's totally being paid to be there, I would imagine.
See how happy she was to see me? Was that you? Oh, that was me. Well, that was her.
Sting does this and he does that.
I know she's got a sister.
Imagine Michael Hayes writing those lyrics. What the fuck does Sting do? I don't know. Does this?
Sonic 3 is coming.
Does that? Just put those in there and we'll figure out something else before we record it. And then they get into the studio with the singer and they're like, shit, we don't have a rhyme.
This is unbelievable.
Michael's like, just say what's on the paper.
Your votes are in. Find out the
Yes, Brian does still have the Hollywood Blondes jacket. He didn't get rid of it for like a year and a half. Just, all he did was roll up the sleeves and expected nobody to notice that it's the same damn jacket, same damn tights. Trunks are the same as well.
An alien predator
You have to kill it, Commander.
is on board the space station, the Stealer of Soul, and targeting its
Stealer
next victim.
I can rip your soul from your body.
On an all-new
When
Babylon
soul
5.
meets
And
body.
Kate gets carjacked.
problem.
Drive. I said.
Imagine Ben Gibber doing one of those
Big problem.
compilation
On an all-new
cassette
Kung Fu.
commercials.
Check local listings for time and station in your area.
Try to get up, Homer.
I can't.
Too bad, man.
Why, you little...
Ben Gibber standing next to a bunch of shrubs.
Crunchity.
A black screen.
Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger
This
on my
is the
butterfinger.
new year. I don't feel any better.
Because calcium is so important for strong bones, we've added a new
Oh my God, Steve-O. I was at the mall with young Dustin Rhodes, Kendall Windham, and Rick Steiner in biker shorts. Young Steiner bought a mouse from the pet store, and it was shitting on his shoulder.
To have your very own personal masseuse to soothe and relieve tension.
That's sexual harassment.
The Pro Shiatsu personal
What is
massager.
happening?
Unlike vibrating massagers that only rub the surface.
Don't you just hate it when men grab you at the office and start rubbing you?
Waves of energy to relieve pain,
Now you can bring it home.
Use it on your feet, lower back, calves, and thighs. Imagine
Gee,
getting a relaxing massage at the office, or take it.
I wonder what some of those ladies
There's
use
nothing
it
that
for.
soothes, relaxes, and
Like a
relieves
knob
aches and
that
pains
moves
the Pro
around like
Shiatsu
that?
Massager. A professional masseuse can charge up to $50 per hour.
That's not a professional masseuse. That's just a creep at your desk.
Order the Pro Shiatsu Massager for 3
Like they couldn't have gotten like a massage bed.
Don't be fooled by imitations. To order Pro Shiatsu, call 1-800-257-1233.
We got the IBM infomercial and the Shiatsu commercial filming same day. Don't bother tearing anything down. We're running behind schedule. Just rubber shoulders at the desk. Stick this thing on your gooch and the fun begins. That's right, Brian.
In advance, you can save up to 50% with
So many people fucked that thing.
All right, the bell sounds. It is six-man tag team action.
That effect kind of stayed on screen a little long. I think the reason why there has not been a reissue of Slam Jam is because the rights are disputed. God, who was Michael Hayes' partner? He had a music partner who worked with him on that stuff. Plus, not the Van Zandt brother that's alive. I think worked on Slam Jam too. So like the rights are like real spread out. Yeah, this is the same center stage other than they changed the entrance. They kept that thing. This thing was up there till like Hogan came in. Slim Jim tastes like cancer. I wouldn't know. I've never tried one. They seem disgusting.
The neutral position now, back against the ropes.
Dustin rules. Great lockup. Great lockup. Gets old Dave Sullivan.
Especially when they're going into that cage Sunday, February 20th.
Wrong, Shivani.
Wrong.
He'd be a good
God, Dave Sullivan was
He's got all the
huge.
tools. He's got all the abilities. But he's got that burning...
Never eaten a Slim Jim. They're fucking gross. Or they look fucking gross. They smell gross. I've smelled Slim Jims. They smell awful.
He just isn't a calm person. If you shove him, he snaps. If you shove him, he should shove you back, right?
Right.
Well, he's not like that. And that could hurt him.
Big drop kick. And down goes the equalizer.
The Harlem Heat Brooks and Dunn outfits are great.
Back up to a vertical base.
Darwin Connor. Okay, yeah, that's the rights are like it's like a weird rights thing. Like Bad Street USA was also like disputed forever. Like Bad Street USA got edited off of stuff for years.
Still to come, Flying Brian's gonna enjoy.
Oh my god. He doesn't know how to throw a forearm. You don't like throw it like you're punching a dude. You're gonna hurt him.
This thing may be all settled by now. I'll get back to you in a minute, Tony.
There's a main event taping around this time at the Georgia Mountain Center where Booker T, Stevie come out for a tag match, and what's the? It's not is Masa Hori the Japanese like super fan? Not Fat Ass Masa. God, what the fuck? Oh, Jimmy Suzuki. Jimmy Suzuki's at ringside. Not Fat Ass Masa, not Masa Hori. Jimmy Suzuki's at ringside. And he had clearly not known, didn't have a clue what to do in this like little Georgia town before the taping. So he just goes to a country western store, and he finds like a long sleeve button up, the Brooks and Dunn button up that looks just like the Harlem Heat shirt, but like he gets the whole cowboy get up, and so he's at ringside like raising the roof, and he's dressed like a Harlem Heat cowboy. It's just fucking hilarious. And I think it's like the first main event episode of '94.
Well, I doubt if I wanted to get tagged and then get in there when a Harlem Heat's coming at me going 150 miles an hour.
That was a smart move, you're right. Super Brawl is coming your way.
I always love a good low stakes match on TV between stars. Or like the baby faces can just be real goofy.
In a six-man cage. If you just joined us, because of the injuries he has.
That's right, TK Bomber. They did not know who owned this or that. That's why Man Called Sting got cut off of a lot of the early WCW, WWE releases.
I don't ever remember this happening to Ric Flair's whole career. Do you, Tony? No, neither do I.
High back body drop and a cover. One count.
Yeah, wrestling has some insane rules. And we're still learning stuff that happened 30, 40 years ago.
And then you go down in a jumbo jet and full of flames.
I will pay attention to how Sting sells for people. Definitely will.
A hammerlock applied. I don't know if that was a jumbo jet full of flames.
I just figured out why.
What is Nick Patrick even doing? He's not paying attention to the match. He's just pacing.
He's ugly. The guy's got a green eye and a red eye. And you ever see the nose?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's still learning new things about himself, I believe. Hulk Hogan, real quick. This motherfucker. His son got married over the weekend. But he just pulled out of Saturday Night's main event on Saturday, like the Monday before. Which means he did not RSVP to his son's wedding until the week of.
Tag matches don't work this smooth. Because there are no six-man tag matches. That's just wrestle as six-man tag matches.
Yeah, he's got to grab that rope. He wasn't even grabbing the rope. He was just pacing around the ring.
In the average six-man tag, but you know what I mean. To have 6 men in there at one time, on each side you'd have 12.
Would you repeat yourself one more time?
I love Bobby Heenan when he would confuse himself with math.
There has to be some logic in what you said because you're the brain.
Apparently Bam Margera was the photographer at Nick Hogan's wedding. Because these people can't not be fucking weirdos for a second. Also, it was nice of Hulk to find out that Bam Margera was still alive.
Or make it Orndorff Rude and Stunning Steve waiting the wings in that big cage at Super Brawl. And of course, we heard some other announcements. We'll talk about that. Some other feature matchups coming your way.
Yeah, the WCW ring sounded great.
Look at that cameraman. He's short.
RVD and Matt Riddle were there because they probably had weed, and those two like weed. And I think Matt Riddle lives in Florida.
Side headlock.
Hey, jet ski.
Into the gut of Dustin Rhodes, who hooks on the.
I could try to answer Elias Gray. I don't know what. Yeah, you can go ahead and ask. If I know the answer, I can answer it.
The back of the head, each blow with authority.
Scott Hall, don't know. I'm sure he was nice to the people he liked, but I can't vouch for him one way or another.
Go back to the wrestling hole. They go back to a wrestling hole.
That's right.
A backdoor wrestling hole.
Smooth transitions.
Isn't that those videos with the women in the old aftermags? Backdoor wrestling?
They're going to be confined to a cage, and the cage, as much as anything else, can be used as a weapon. It really makes a regular match completely different.
Thank you, Jet Ski. You're the GOAT for being here, my friend.
You know, it's probably the most dangerous match in professional.
Yeah, I loved Brian had long hair, and they were like, no, Brian, it needs to be way longer.
That's right, and that's why.
Oh, shit. And you got those ugly ass extensions.
And that's probably one of the things that led Nick Bockwinkel to make the decision he made about Flair and Vader. If you just joined us, that match, because of Flair's numerous injuries.
Scott Hall Talker reminds me Ed Wiskowski, R.I.P. Definitely do not endorse a lot of the Colonel De Beers race bait bullshit. But he cut that promo I posted on Sunday. Scott Hall, you are on anabolic steroids.
I'm sure he has.
Fucking cracks me. I answered it earlier, Jetski. I think Punk's winning the men's match, and I do not follow closely enough to give a guess for the women. Probably Bianca, maybe Charlotte.
He wants to know that he's going to rule here like he did for years in wrestling.
The only reason I say Punk is because I know Punk was in the last segment on Raw.
I've never heard him define that high. Well, stick around.
Thank you, Justin.
That's all he did. And picked up
what about the Berserker?
Okay. I bet the guy that works at the fire.
I think he's sick. Heard he was having some health issues.
Sting once again showing his quickness.
I think I follow him on Twitter. There's like 7 different family members that run his account.
And again. You know, this Harlem Heat just a little luck away from becoming championships.
Mike Enos looks in good enough shape to win the Rumble.
And that's what makes it so good. The Nasty Boys are the tag.
John NordVPN, holy shit. His family needs to get on that. Like now. John NordVPN.
Here with Tony Schiavone and Bobby the Brain Heenan on our 2.5-hour version of Saturday Night. Call your friends, call your dog, call your mother, call your aunt.
Yeah, at the beginning of the show, we were talking about the Rumble. And I mentioned, even though it's like local to me, I will not be there because they've priced me out. And they cut off the comps. So all my friends that can normally help me are unable to help me.
In that tag match in the cage, think about it, it's just not a man.
But hey, they're putting 60,000 people in Lucas Oil inside. Good on them.
That's right. And you know, coming off that top rope, a suplex or a flying body press, that's a long way up there. But think about climbing to the top of the cage. Right?
I am taking my son not only to go meet Cody Rhodes. He's doing an appearance on Thursday. He's meeting Rey Mysterio on Friday. Thanks to a kind soul fanatics that was able to help out.
So far, the team with the best teamwork here, Dustin, Flying Brian, and Sting. I will say that for them. They are working smoother. And Dustin pulling on the arm here.
I've heard that story before, Mr. Spiffy. Yeah, Vern, get out of here, you're fired. And then Mike Enos just being told by Strongbow, hey, you just show back up to work tomorrow, whatever.
I'm not going to be in the cage. Well, I'm not an animal. That may be a different, a little innovative thing for us to don't go starting creating things for me to do to get hurt.
Stevie Ray showing off the cleave. Getting rid of
that was Clinton.
You low cut and delicious. It's a WWE appearance, and they're typically really good about keeping guys on time, especially since it's a TV day. So he'll have to be back at the field house pretty quick.
S-T-I-N-G. I can spell. Dropping down on the arm.
That's ridiculous. $400 to get into center stage. Back in my day, all you had to be was wine drunk on the street, and you could get in to center stage. I love that the Harlem Heat guys both look like they have like one back pocket on their tights. Like, what would you put in that back pocket?
You know, when you lose a good friend, it's worse than a divorce. It is? Yeah, because a divorce, you're both planning to split anyway. She's going to get the house and the kids and the car, and you're going to get the road. But when you lose a good friend, you know, remember my old saying, a friend in need is a pest. Into the midsection. Well, he lost a good friend when he and Stilling Steve split.
I don't think anybody actually paid to get into this show. I'm pretty sure these were all freebies.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way.
In fact, I think we saw that model-looking gal earlier. I'm pretty sure this is the era where they're paying women to come sit up front to look attractive.
Ryan holding his ground. The big guy ran over top of him. The equalizer again. Drop toe hold. Uh-oh, that's a good-looking move.
Oh, come on, Moodalak. The gate for the show is negative $376.
You know, especially a guy that big. His legs don't bend that easy like Pillman's do. You're right.
His legs don't bend that easy. Are you saying he is rigor mortis, Heenan?
Try to get him over. The Equalizer doing everything he can to stay on his back here.
Just go for the scorpion if you're in that position.
Maneuvered himself around that time to make a tag, and immediately Cole comes in. High impact blow.
Oh, I forgot. We're like halfway through this match, and I just realized they're Kane and Cole. I'm an idiot. Held you a good point. That's Orlando, Disney. They would like actually lock the doors. Like if you had to take a shit, you were pooping your pants.
He's back up. Oh my! Make the tag, Sting. Save a beating. He's got a lot of reserve, Bobby. Every time you think Sting is down and out, he fools you. He always comes back. And
Sting with the most lethargic comeback.
Nothing like a good thumb to the eye either.
That would be a fire hazard, but here's the thing. When you're owned by $1 million conglomerate like Turner, you can just do that shit. Brian says, I like that Evad looks like a photocopy of a photocopy of Hulk Hogan. Like one of those fake Hulk Hogans from those British tours. Legend of Doom. Sting is selling way more for Booker than Steve. I think it's because even then they realized, oh, Booker's the good one. I thought Brian's like, yeah, I hit one move. Fuck yeah. I hit a clothesline.
I guess a tag had been made. You're right.
Also, these guys are the semi-main at the pay-per-view. Like, I know you got to work a little more even with guys that are like pushed wrestlers, but they're pretty low on the card at this point. This match could have been over like 5 minutes ago. Everybody would have been fine with it. Shout out to everybody watching across all the platforms. We're up to 607 folks watching live right now.
All the time it'll wear you down. In a hurry. The Equalizer now.
Thanks to those of you that were able to get me a bit more of an honest count with the Twitter stuff.
No, you're right. We're deciding the Equalizer and Harlem Heat. Kane is in. And he's
Kane is in. It's gotta be Kane. How many on tout? Do we count dead people as negative? If so, the number's real weird.
If they're smart, they'll give up. I start beating on you bad enough, you better give up.
You better give up.
You give up. You can turn around, pick up a board or something and waffle them. Just because you say
And the Equalizer's current gimmick is an oaf. Nothing can be done about it, just oaf. Yeah, let's all like applaud Steve-O, by the way. He's been watching the last few weeks. He's in Lisbon, Portugal. 3:18 a.m. and he's watching live. That's insane. That's awesome, Steve-O. You rule. Hello, Fernando. WCW. 1994. Could you imagine Sting in 1984?
Come on, turn his head around. Let him see what the back of his tights look like. What? You're kind of sadistic at times, you know that?
I appreciate it, Yankee Hawk.
Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Into the midsection. Again, here's Flying Brian. Knee to the gut. Once again, Cole one step ahead.
Yeah, he was with Warrior in Memphis. Guys were calling him out in promos for shooting up Deca. What the hell? That's sweet. When did Sting debut in the NWA? 87. Yeah, 87 during the UWF buyout. Yeah, after the UWF stuff, Sting came in. And he was like loosely still connected with Eddie Gilbert for a little bit. That Sting Warrior team fucking, they're awful. Like, they're funny. They're funny, man. Like, they went to Memphis, they were barely trained. And Jerry Jarrett was like, yeah, just speed up the enhancement guys for real. Oh, fun, Elias, that Cleveland, Tennessee show. You got the DL and where it was recorded at. I didn't even put that together, Ghost of Apprentice. There might be more people watching live right now than were in that building.
And Dustin Rhodes with the Bulldog. 3 against 1, but I guess it works. It's over. We saw the Stinger Splash. We saw the drop kick from the top. Then we saw the Bulldog. The 3 premier moves get the win. We saw breakdancing.
We saw breakdancing.
We've seen things I've never seen before. Seen a drop kick off the top rope. Watch this. Dustin Rhodes sneaks
Oh, that
up with the
sucks.
Bulldog
You didn't know that
as
they were there.
Bulldog
That's, I'm sorry, Bungie to the tree.
When we come back, we'll check in on Colonel Rob Parker, I understand. Stay with us. Let me go check now.
Yeah, the Equalizer's like, I gotta stay strong. Kick out at 3.1.
TBS. David Robinson, a true dominator in the middle, braces himself for Dominique Wilkins and the onslaught of Atlanta.
This is why I thought that all the Atlanta teams were like the best in sports. Because I watched so much
Guess
TBS.
what Combos is pouring into crunchy baked pretzels? Say cheese. Cheddar pretzel combos. See why combos taste better?
Ah, my friend, the milk drinker. Looks great, doesn't she? But
My friend with her
I was scrawny,
boobs and
skinny,
butt.
invisible
Milk
guy.
drinker.
I wanted healthy hair and skin, so I drank milk.
And it worked.
I wanted a better body, so I drank milk. And it worked. I ate right, I exercised, and now I want Kurt Davis.
Hey. My Kurt Davis? No way.
Does he have a brother?
He
But are
does
they
have
in
a
a,
brother.
are they in a, like a
Milk. Is
polycule?
everybody good?
Every day, folks from across the country come to Miracle Ear with questions about hearing loss and hearing aids. Now you can get straight answers to some of the most common questions in this
Because I
free
need a
booklet,
Miracle Ear.
Straight Talk About Hearing Loss. And that's exactly what you'll get. Call now and discover for
That was Kelly
yourself the
Kapowski,
answers
yes.
to questions
Tiffany
like
Amber
these.
Thiessen.
What is nerve deafness?
That's nerve deafness.
How do I know if I have it?
Is there anything I can do?
Nerve
You're better on the
deafness sounds
phone.
like
How can
a
find
band
out
I
if
would
a
have
hearing
listened to in
instrument can
college.
help me?
How can I help my husband realize that he
Nerve
may have a
deafness
hearing loss?
opening for Cloud Nothings.
Get the answers to these questions
On the
and many
road.
more by calling for your
What is this
free
lady
booklet.
saying? I
Straight
don't know.
Talk About
I can't
Hearing
read
Loss.
lips.
Both the call and the information are free. By calling this number now, Miracle Ear will also send you a list of hearing centers near you, where hearing tests are always free. Call now.
You're at your mother's cousin's and feeling twice removed.
I'll be right
Since Twix gives you chewy caramel twice, milk chocolate twice, and that cookie crunch twice, you get one great snack.
What is up with this fucking commercial? I did see JD Don't McGoogle Me. Bust his head. I feel bad he got hurt, but also he's a creep, so I don't know. Like, I don't wish ill on him, but I'm also not heartbroken. So.
This Goodwill Games moment is brought to you by Men's Choice.
1986, the Goodwill Games. The Soviet Union, Sergei Butkin prepares for his third attempt in the pole vault. Earlier, Butkin, the current world
What
record
took
holder,
so long?
promised to honor his son's first birthday with a new world mark. He soars
I know what took so long, or I could assume what took so long. I don't know if I should say it out loud or not.
Not one of these guys has a single.
But I bet we
gray
can
hair.
assume if
Is
we
it
all
by
put our
chance,
brains together.
Or is it by choice?
In regards to
New
Jordan.
Clairol Men's Choice
Very good
is
wrestler.
a technological breakthrough. A new way to blend away the gray that's so natural looking, no one can tell you did it. New Clairol Men's Choice is an easy-to-use gel, not a messy liquid, and it works in just 5
Yeah, let's
minutes
put
without
fucking
changing your natural hair
motor
color.
oil in
No
our hair.
gray hair. And it looks so natural. Is it by chance or is it by choice? New Clairol Men's Choice.
Okay, we do understand. Wait a minute.
Look at all these
Colonel
sweaters.
Parker's trying to leave the building.
All right, have a good night, Steve-O. Thank you again. Send our regards to everyone in Portugal.
Hold on just a second here, Colonel Parker. Wait a minute.
What
Where
is this
are you
hallway?
going, my
You
friend?
don't need me. I'll tell you where I'm going. I got business to take care of.
You were
down
supposed to
here.
be out there putting that
Listen, you
chicken
take hold
suit
of
on.
that seat
There's a
over
reason
there.
why they
That's all you
never
need.
shot stuff backstage at Center Stage.
We've lost him.
Alright, Stephen J. Neptune Man with the factoids. This week in history. January 29th, 1994, the Knicks beat the Sonics 106-92. The Nuggets beat the Pistons 128-110. And the number one song in America was All for Love by the super trio of Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting. Not him. Jungle Jim still just brought half of the curtain with him. Jungle Jim Steele, aka Wolf Hockfield. That's our dude Bob Cook. When it comes to Ultimate Warrior ripoffs, Jim Steele certainly was one of them. And the motherfucker was named after playground equipment. Not to be confused with Art Monkey Bar.
His name is Jim, and he's from the jungle.
Or,
For a minute, I thought I was going to get an answer. I don't know. He's Jim from the jungle.
No wrestler named Mary.
I imagine telling me that he's Jim from the jungle.
Mary Go Round Dobson.
In the corner now. In the ropes, actually. Jungle Jim. It's called the steel trap.
That's press. Why doesn't anybody do that? I get that it's kind of sexy. That, like, lock your legs around a dude and lay on him. But
That's Jim from the jungle, people, in case you don't know.
on the day after this broadcast was Super Bowl 28 from the Georgia Dome. The Cowboys beat the Bills 30-13. But seriously, I love the Thez press. Such a good pin. Yeah, do not bet on Bob Cook. You will probably lose your money.
You know, there's a rumor right now that's out regarding Missy Hyatt and whether or not she's going to be around at Super Brawl.
They should have had fans comment on all the hotline plugs. There's a rumor out that there's a 50-year-old dead world champion. Who do you think it is, wrestling fan?
Kids, make sure you get your parents' permission. This one is a doozy.
Just pass the mic around. Hey, who wants to guess what former world champion died this week?
WCW Saturday Night after this.
Anyone want to guess what Magic Johnson and Davey Boy Smith have in common? Anybody?
The world's greatest movie library. Take a break with Sinbad. Jane Seymour, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. 10:50 Eastern tonight on TV.
Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger making the jump, of course, over from WWF.
On Groundhog
Where
Make that Hedgehog Day.
Hulk Hogan's music.
Did you see the shadow? Look out!
Sonic 3, February 2nd.
There's only one way to make the coolest games even cooler. Game Genie.
Game Genie.
Game Genie to play your way.
Game Genie.
Game Genie's got the secret codes for Mortal Kombat. And if you think Mortal Kombat is awesome now, wait till you play it with Game Genie.
Wait, if you think Mortal Kombat's awesome now, wait until you discover marijuana.
Sold separately for most video game systems. Free Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah, I never actually used a Game Genie. I just knew that kid that had the Game Genie.
The Miami.
I don't even think I watched him play with a Game Genie. I just knew that he had
One
it.
man can track him down.
Alrighty then.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, we're not gonna put respect on Kevin Sorbo's name.
Undercover.
He's a butthole.
Or underwater.
Lucy Lawless.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Do not go in there.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 4th at a theater near you.
Since Combos has an oven-baked crust...
Combos. I'm a big Combos guy.
Other snacks aren't
Like
so...
the pretzel and cheese
Pepperoni pizza combos. See why combos taste better?
I used to eat them for
A hole in a
breakfast.
crunchy baked pretzel. Room for improvement.
Because I have the palate of a 9-year-old.
Spicy mustard. See why combos taste better?
She's been gone from the company and is in the process of filing a lawsuit. But they're still selling her catalog, or her calendar.
First Lady of World Championship Wrestling,
How kind of
Missy
them.
Hyatt. loaded with 12 months worth of unforgettable images. The 1994 WCW Missy poster calendar. It's yours for only $9.95 each plus postage and handling by calling 1-800-4WCW now. This is a limited time.
I know it's supposed to say
offer, so order
Halo
now.
advertising, but the hyphen says Hollow. I thought you were going to say there's a guy that talks out of his butt like Ace Ventura in your office.
There's no single gum like it.
Okay, I confess.
What's up with all these guys in these commercials with great hair?
They got better things to do than to mess around with it. So I use a
Like, get on my hog.
Cleans and completely conditions without the hassle.
Without a helmet.
Net result?
Yeah, fuck paying
no matter what
$10
I've
for
been
a
doing,
calendar.
My hair does what I want it to.
Management.
Why would I mess around with anything else?
Pert Plus. Great hair. No fuss.
I would say I don't think the 90s were the era of great hair, but the folks who had good hair in the 90s had real good hair.
Here on WCW Saturday Night, we've been talking about this, and finally, it all comes to fruition in front of a national television.
I hope they explain where he got the chicken suit.
Tonight, Colonel Robert Parker has to put on this chicken suit.
Like Brian Pillman just like had a chicken suit. Like Brian Pillman would moonlight as a birthday chicken.
Well, I don't know if he's got a lot of fans here, but I guarantee you one thing. I can hardly wait myself personally to see the Colonel in his chicken. Speaking of the Colonel.
Well, Brain, here we go. It's chicken suit time. Tony, you're
He got the chicken suit from Gene's closet, like the pervert he was. Oh, Texan Shanghai. Oh no. They weren't aligned with Parker, they just had southern accents. They're going to try to prevent it from happening? It's there. You can't prevent it from happening. You can't go to the factory and have it unsewed. There comes a cop. The entire locker room. This is overkill, guys. There were like 3 guys jumping Pillman, so a cop leads 30 wrestlers out. The boss. I know it's the boss. It's just very funny. Oh shit, Bobby. You can't say that. You can't call him that, Bobby. I know you just got hired 48 hours ago. Yeah, Thunder and Lightning is there to lay down the law. I think all wrestling needs more chicken suits. Is that Ricky Steamboat coming out here wasting his time? Ricky Steamboat. Oh, and Grizzly Smith. Ew, gross. Gross. You know a heel's good when the fans chant chicken. And he's like, I'm not a chicken. He does the whole strut. It's great. That is Terry Taylor. Terry, what a weird combination of baby faces.
Open your eyes.
Yeah, Grizzly Smith heard that there was a mascot costume and assumed that there would be fewer adults. Oh my god, one of those Roman Reigns epics. And it's a loser wears a chicken suit match.
He's trying to put a leg in.
Chicken suit's my legacy.
Oh yeah, the fans are with.
Could you imagine Final Boss Rock in a chicken suit match?
People out there, I beg you, leave your television room. Go to the fridge. Take the dog for a walk. Go out and do something to the cat.
Terry Taylor acts wrestling chicken. He is the expert. The WCW expert on being a chicken. That's a good point, Brian. Seinfeld, thank you so much for the follow. Listen, I hope you don't date teenagers like that other Seinfeld.
Oh boy, this is something. After the Clash of the Champions, and the deal
chicken suit?
It is orange and yellow.
Oh, my goodness.
That is Uncle Fred, yes. Max Payne.
No, he's not naked.
I think Mark Starr's out there. Look, the models they hired are very into this. Also, they could not. They could not have, like, found a bigger chicken suit.
Oh, you lied to me, Shivani.
Colonel Parker's like 6'5".
Look at that, Bob. Oh, you gonna put the feet on.
Chicken feet.
Put 'em on. I'm gonna beat you up. I will physically assault you if you do not put these feet on.
Look, take a look.
Oh, they're webbed.
It's Halloween. It's
Like, you have to think that, like,
I don't like this.
Hillman made a woman wear this that night at a hotel.
Oh, look at one pants leg hanging down. He'd never dressed like that.
Look how high Brian has to reach to put that on his head. He is so much shorter than Colonel Parker.
In the cage at Super Brawl.
You can bet
He
on it.
bumped out of his foot.
I have a funny,
bet on that, Tony.
I have a funny feeling it's going to be a rough cage match for Flying Brian. And
Imagine
there's your,
not being a wrestling fan and flipping the channels. And it's this scared old man being forced by all these muscle-bound hunks to wear a chicken. Is this a fetish? I think this is a fetish. Naked man clothed chicken? That's how Okerlund dances.
You gotta give the crew a lot of credit.
Yeah, I love that it's not attached to anything, but he cannot get the head off. Yeah, no porn on purpose, but I think we stumbled into some porn. Yeah, Sting was the one guy they protected. Or like, Sting, you are above this. Ricky Steamboat, get your ass out there.
But I'd hate to be a statue.
That is a good point, Brian. Gene was out there with the Gooker, too. Gene have a thing about eggs? You think Gene ever, like, laid underneath a lady in a chicken suit and pretended that his bald head was coming, hatching out of her? I can't. Bobby called him the big boss man and just left it in. Holy shit.
You won't mind if I take a bite of his crispity, crunchity peanut.
Crispity, crunchity.
I told you, Homer. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
This is my buddy. The milk.
Gene was into mascot costumes. I bet he blew the Philly Fanatic, Brian.
Puny, rejected by girls. He needed milk to get taller. So you drank milk. I got taller. He needed milk for muscle.
Oh God, bungee to the tree.
Muscle. So milk, exercise.
Oh hey, milk will also make boys fuckable.
It's popular. Whoa, hi, Amy. Okay, so he's.
Oh hey, Amy.
Milk does a body good. Even yours, Mike.
There's only one way to make the coolest
And if you're watching live, we're gonna be here a little later than normal. Well, Tommy didn't realize till close to go time that the show was 2.5 hours long. So we're having a supersized Deep Cuts live tonight. Somewhere a young roadkill's at home.
Separately for most video game systems. Free Mortal Kombat game Genie codes at participating retailers while supplies last.
I still can't believe that Bruce Pritchard seriously pitched to Vince McMahon to have Roadkill wrestle The Undertaker at a WrestleMania. Like, if those of you who don't know, Roadkill was in developmental. He was in OVW in like 2006, 2007. And as Anthony Pulaski, just a big, oily, like, Polish dude. And Bruce is like, yeah, this guy's gonna be perfect to be an Undertaker villain for WrestleMania. And And it's like,
For
no,
yeast
that's
infection, I
stupid.
want an effective cure at a reasonable price.
And
So I
then
switched from monostat
Roadkill got
to
fired for selling,
medicine is also
he was
full
buying
prescription strength and
WWE
meant to look
merchandise
like a lot
from a
less. Now
retailer
my cure
and
is
selling
much
it
less.
secondhand at OVW shows.
Because
Yeah, Roadkill was like
calcium is so
5'10".
important for strong bones, we've added a new Flintstones.
That would've looked
formula
funny.
with calcium. Flintstones. Now with
Undertaker
calcium.
wrestling this short, chubby, pale guy at WrestleMania.
Get away to the action. Get away.
The Vade Hansen promo, yeah.
Last job. Get away to the suspense.
I don't think he was actually gonna, like, I don't know. I don't think things were gonna go as far as they said they were.
The getaway.
I think someone kind of snuck one over, and people used, and a promo got on TV that maybe shouldn't
Go
have.
back to the ring. Let's take a look at next week's program on WCW Saturday Night. One-on-one. Sting goes against Lord Steven.
Man, we should have picked
The
that
Boss
show.
squares off against the Equalizer. Terry Taylor faces Stunning Steve, the U.S.
The show looks way better than the one we're watching now. I'm sorry, guys.
Uncle Fred, the Shockmaster, and the Z.
Uncle Fred and the Z-Man. That's a sitcom, right? That was on ABC in like '78.
The replay of the Clash of the Champions on TBS. We look forward to a tremendous program next week here on WCW Saturday Night.
Always
as well as having
blew my
you
mind.
for the replay of our Clash of the
Oh, hey, it's Bobby. It's our buddy Bobby. Always blew my mind. They would never turn on the ring announcer's mic through the TV feed. Uncle Fred the Z-Man were a morning zoo crew. Hey, it's Uncle Fred and the Z-Man, and this is Booby Friday. Bobby is not eating the pussy tonight.
Sunday night on the 900 hotline. Yes. I'll tell you in a minute. I got
Bobby Eaton will be wrestling the Boss.
I am going to tell everybody the real reason I left.
This will probably be a lot of fun if it goes more than like a minute.
Are you really?
Yes, sir.
Like another match, like the Arn Anderson one we watched last week, where you would never in a million years think to book this match.
I usually have a conversation with Humanoids. I got better things to do. But I have to clear the air here.
But it's here, you know.
Well, we look forward to that.
Boss Man's like
As the Boss.
whirling his handcuffs around.
In the ring against beautiful Bobby. Hey.
That's right. I didn't even think Big Bubba was with the Midnight Express. I'm an idiot. But still, in '94, you would not think to book this match. But it's WCW, so of course they did. And again, it's probably pretty good if it goes more than a minute.
It's not over yet. Someone's going to pay for it. That big meter maid from Marietta there's going to get...
Heenan reveals the real reason he left the WWF. He wanted to keep making fun of Boss Man's mom, of course. Nick Patrick's like, what am I supposed to do? You want me to take away his nightstick? Is that so illegal? It's like a little bit illegal, Bobby. Not that illegal.
Funny thing about the Boss, the man is lightning quick. Yes, he really is. And he can kick you over the top of your head. He's extremely agile. Dumb as a mud fence.
Back to the corner.
Good lockup. Lots of contact.
Saw a sign said wet floor, and he did.
I will say,
In the ropes.
a little bit bullshit of them to let him like wrestle with a leather strap.
Look at him. He's got that criminal forehead.
You just rip that thing and whip people with it.
Criminal forehead.
Yes, you notice it too.
Yeah, I think the Cobb County, Georgia, like I know he's really from there, but that had to have been Vince thinking, oh, he's from Georgia. Any town in Georgia is, or any area of Georgia is shitty and
That leather strap
poor.
back to the ropes and the Boss.
You know why that big dumb hick
Nick Patrick's like, listen, you need to get out of his hair.
And
Him having a nightstick is no excuse for you trying to cheat.
is at World Championship Wrestling.
Now, Bobby Eaton could beat this man. He can do it. Eaton's beating bigger men. Eaton's held titles. Eaton's a heck of a wrestler.
There we go, Bobby.
You're right, he can beat this man. He uses the leather strap again.
And Eaton can beat you on the mat. He can beat you in the air. And he probably's got a knockout punch. If Mike Tyson knew he had to punch with Bobby Eaton, he'd stay in the can.
Nick Patrick has no idea where he was grabbing Boss Man.
The entire city of Atlanta and the entire nation buzzing.
I think they didn't do Nails against the Boss because Nails was a one and done. Nails was a one-time fill-in for old Scott Norton.
And the way I look at it from my vantage
He was biting him. Nick Patrick, you fucking suck.
Well, you're right. That's why they call you the Brain, I guess.
Nick Patrick's gonna be like, Bobby, you get your fingers out of his mouth now. Yeah, I know you were trying to choke him.
Complaining that using the tights to take him down.
Complaining that the man was biting his fucking hand.
Bobby.
This is ridiculous.
Bobby,
very confusing.
Yeah, Nick Patrick has the balance of Andre the Giant in 1990 All Japan. Oh, they fucked up that spot. What happened? How did they both get out there? Great punch.
down on the floor. Got him in the kisser.
Oh gosh.
Right hand.
Bless your heart for taking that bump on concrete, buddy.
Rolls him in. So the Boss, once he got down low.
Yeah, he beamed himself out of the...
There's two ways to finish off the Boss.
All right, what are they?
You break his hand so he can't do two things. Watch this. Bobby, he's behind you.
Bobby.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh shit, he just punched him right in the jaw.
Right in the
Sweet.
jaw. The action of Saturday
Oh! That looked good.
Grab the nightstick, Bobby. Waffle him with it.
And rolls him
Honestly,
in. Right, the Boss.
I would be in favor of Bobby just fucking whacking him with it.
That's his domain. Here's a roll up wide. 2 count.
Why not? Nick Patrick's not calling for shit.
He can't do that. He can't punch you. Yes. And he can't.
Nick Patrick is the Herb Dean.
A hammer
This outfit.
What makes you think he'd take
Steve
money from
Mazzagatti. He'll throw up the heart and then just stare at you as you get choked unconscious.
Big bucket of grits there, of course you could. And it wouldn't be a whole lot of money. I'm talking like 30, 40 cents, up to $1.
I didn't notice that, but I don't doubt it at all. Got a 1 count and Nick Patrick. 2! Can't even count.
Bobby escaped. One thing that the Boss has done.
This is a good match. It's just Nick Patrick's fucking awful.
Bobby hasn't done much.
Bobby's got some sweet boots here, by
Time
the
for
way.
him to punch.
Patrick's wearing Iversons.
Well, the Boss is one big
Why did he just not get black wrestlers?
Took him off his feet. Put him
Oh my god, that takes me back. Cecil Peoples.
Oh my goodness, I bet he broke his knee.
God, Cecil Peoples was the worst. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate comparison.
Bobby's in trouble.
Oh my gosh.
Top and finally.
Well, he's not favoring it.
Wearing his ruse.
He could have
Putting his,
That when Joe Theismann went down,
what would Nick Patrick put in his bruise pockets?
That's right.
Could have been the same thing there.
A 2 count.
Bobby, Bobby, Bobby.
And now, twisting the arm around the leg. The Boss can punish you. There's no doubt about it. And a very confident look on his face as well.
Well, I'll tell you how I know he can punish people. I understand.
Glasses, broken glasses.
Correctional system. He would work over guys all night. He'd wake them up in their sleep and take the nightstick to them. But they were just guys they busted for jaywalking. And they missed an alimony payment. They weren't bad criminals. That's the kind of a
Yeah,
bull
Cecil
he is.
Peoples was a train wreck of a judge, referee.
The Big Boss and Bobby going at it toe-to-toe here. Uh-oh. Whoa. That's 300 plus pounds on Bobby. Here he goes again.
There we go. Look at that. He's going to give him a big pop right there.
Bobby Eaton has had more hits than Elvis.
During the span of 8 minutes or so, you're right. And Bobby continues to fight back. What a veteran, what an
God,
athlete.
Bobby punches are the best.
But he continues to come back up.
It was, yes, Big Bubba Rogers, the boss, man. He's big. There we go. There's the finish. Oh my, Bobby sold it so well. And do you think Bossman ever tried the 619 doing that spot? Like, do you think I can like spin my legs around and kick him? I bet I could. That was a fun match. It wasn't much of anything. You just kicked Bobby's ass. Brian says, my understanding is that Cecil Peoples was a capable karate instructor, was definitely a bad ref and a worse judge. Yes.
Rises to the match with his own weight. This guy weighs over 310 pounds, right?
Right.
And there's the pin.
Oh, I thought he said Bobby weighed over 310 pounds. I'm like, buddy.
Your winner is the boss.
Nice.
He's had a profound influence on this night so far, and he's standing by with Mean Gene Okerlund.
A profound influence on this night, meaning that he held a man hostage and forced him to wear a chicken suit, along with 20 other grown men.
I'm talking about the boss. Earlier in this television program, the fans had an opportunity to see you serve up a little law and order when Colonel Robert Parker tried to run away from...
I didn't even put that together, Ghost of Burt Press. He did take the Confederate flag off of the shirt for the boss. Wild. I wonder if Turner, that was a Turner thing.
30 pounds of the meanest lawman that's ever walked the face of this earth. And I spent all my life doing one thing and one thing only. And that's standing tall, standing proud for everyone.
Or do you think that maybe they were like, oh, you can do the rest of this, but the WWF has the copyright on the Confederate flag.
Rick Rude, Austin, Nasty Boys, all of you are pieces of trash. Plain and simple. You run roughshod over everybody. Try running roughshod over me.
I love Gene's stance here. I think he's like he's holding a glass of wine.
This handcuff, this nightstick, I'm an instrument of justice, plain and simple. That's why they call me the boss.
That's good enough.
I'm an instrument of justice.
World Championship Wrestling. And stay tuned. What a Saturday night we're having here on TV.
Yeah, no, it was not the Georgia flag. It was the straight up rebel flag. Yeah.
Ruffians, the novel by NFL defensive lineman
Ruffians
uncovers a side of football the fans never see. Ruffians.
Oh shit! A fictional football book about how they're all fucking gas heads. Yeah, they were totally giving away Johnny B. Bad shirts. If you see merch at a center stage taping, it was not sold.
Did you see the shadow?
If they're not paying to get in, they're certainly not buying shirts, especially in this era. Favorite boss man match?
Tom O'Keefe is in the grip of a
Maybe him and Barbarian at Royal Rumble 91. I really like that one.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Pills take time to dissolve, but Alka-Seltzer Plus is ready the moment you take it. Rushing powerful medicine.
There has to be a really good WCW.
Relieve your running
Forget
nose.
it.
Free your breathing.
Yeah, Kennel in the cell, of course, yes.
Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Him and Dr. Death in EWF.
Super Bowl Sunday for the best pregame
The title match.
8 great hours
That'll
of
change.
Andy.
It was really good.
And it's not going to be pretty.
Boss Man Imperfect in WrestleMania 7 was good shit.
Only on TBS.
The cop wasn't an option would be a good gimmick for old Ray Traylor. School teacher?
Dryness really counts. Be sure to be dry.
Gosh.
Sure Solid has the most effective wetness fighting.
Because the thing is, like,
for dryness, no one can beat. So you're either sure or
cops, while they might suck, Ray Traylor was a good cop wrestler.
Be sure to be dry.
Trucker. Yes. Pastor Bubba. Somebody's dad. It's like a
So grab yourself some cheesiness.
Like,
Not a bunch of pieces ain't greasiness.
Papa Trailer.
Put it in your hand and check it out. The cheesy taste will knock you out.
Uncle Bubba. Yeah, his manager could be like his teenage niece.
My dandruff shampoo
You look like a Kelly Bundy
Try
gimmick.
something else.
Oh my god, Ray Traylor's Al Bundy would be so good.
Like Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it more than all leading brands. Selsun Blue. Doctor
Selsun Blue for all you dry scalp motherfuckers. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love this song.
We have come to the part of our program where the mask is on the line.
And like the broad spectrum of wrestlers who use this song. These two, Bobby Duncombe and Hector Garza. I think they might have used it for Hoovy once too.
Shanghai loses, the mask comes off.
What if Johnny B. Bad loses? His head comes off? No. What?
I don't know.
Oh, so it's all one
I love that they did a mask versus mask match, and one of the guys, you know what he looks like, because he's only had this mask for a couple weeks. And the other guy, he gets unmasked, and he's like, nobody remembered Mark Canterbury enhancement guy. Oh, he does have no mask. What the fuck's the mask? It's not mask versus mask, it's just one mask. If Johnny B. Bad loses, he should have to wash the makeup off. Yes. You have to Stridex his face. Holy shit, that's right. Mitch Pump posted that in the Discord. Another advertisement for the Discord, tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green. Mitch Pump found, I think it was on Facebook, somebody was selling a signed Shanghai and Tex 8x10 for $800. Wizard asked, do I think Mark Merrill's Wild Man and Marvelous gimmicks were underutilized? Yes and no. I think there was potential there, but there's also wrong place, wrong time. Like, Vince wasn't going to push a boxer. And Wild Man Mark Merrow, like, by the time, it was just the wrong time and culture to have a guy come out and be like, I'm contagious, I'm outrageous. That's right, they didn't send him out for chicken suit duty. Sting and Mark Merrow were the two that found it. Oh, Judas Effect, I'm sorry, Judas Effect. I thought you found it, Mitch Pump. Judas Effect found it on Facebook. My apologies, Judas Effect. Yeah, Wild Man it was just the wrong time. We were moving on as a culture from flashy man being a gimmick. And again, Vince wasn't going to push a boxer. He didn't get that.
He's the guy in the mask.
Well,
I'm telling you that.
I know that, but I mean,
his identity.
Could be
I know his identity.
Could be anybody in there.
No, couldn't be me or you.
It could not be anybody, Tony. I love you, Tony Schiavone. It could not be anybody.
Couldn't be Gordon. He's walking straight.
Like,
and rolling in.
I bet it's not Ron Simmons. I bet it's not Missy Hyatt.
Shanghai Pierce. A good look at Shanghai Pierce. And maybe we'll get a better look at him later on.
Manson put under.
Yeah, it's Kamala, yes.
Got to try to win the match.
That's neither of Harlem Heat, no.
He wears the mask because he doesn't want anyone to know who he is.
Turfy is some karate. Shout out Al Green.
Well, like you said, he signed the contract.
Well, you know, maybe he's got family.
I mean, yeah, Vince pushed Mr. T, but he didn't.
Maybe he has
that's
different. On his face.
He didn't know, like, if you're gonna have like a boxer dude on the roster, you kind of have to like have him knock guys out and be like kind of almost like a shoot, like a shoot deal, not a shoot deal. Like, you can't have him go out and be like, this shit's all fake. You gotta push him as like something different, and he wasn't gonna do it.
And Johnny B holding on in a short period of time, only a couple of years.
Yeah, Marvel's Mark Merrow was just, It was, yeah, it had nothing to it other than Mark Mero going.
You know, some boxers tried that before. Like Jersey Joe Walcott tried it. He had a couple of wrestling matches. I guess Joe Louis had a couple, I heard. You know,
Exactly.
Very hard to adjust.
Vince would have been like, oh, he actually knocked out Razor Ruddock. Okay, we'll have him fight a real boxer.
You got baggy Bermudas on.
It would have been exactly what happened to Bart Gunn, yes. Butterbean would have knocked him out.
And you can't kick a guy in the head. Say no more.
No, Mero didn't do too well in Brawl for All for the same reason a lot of guys did. It was just sprung on them. Nobody, like, got to train for it. They just showed up to TV one week and they're like, hey, we're doing a shoot tournament.
Well, you can tell he must have been a good boxer, but just the way he moves. But to adapt at this young of age, I think it's tremendous. What if he needs someone to handle his cash flow?
What are they? We want Flair?
We want the mask.
We want the mask. I did not hear the the. So that's why I was confused. I was missing a syllable. Brawl for All was very funny. It was a disaster, but it was very funny.
Lose his makeup.
Lose his hair. That's fair.
Well,
And I think that's the most important thing about wrestling, is that it amuses me. Yeah, they had a literal one-eyed man fight in the Brawl for All.
one of the quickest in World Championship Wrestling, Johnny B. Bad.
There, I mean,
Wow, looking out to his fans here.
I don't know. Bart Gunn had been so established as a mid-card guy,
You just joined us.
and I don't think the audience realized enough the difference between, like, winning the Brawl for All and winning a worked match.
Postponed due to Flair's condition, due to his injuries, until April. And you saw Vader storm the press conference that was held here at the arena.
He was irate.
No, he was mad.
Johnny B. Bad is basically dressed like a brawless Joshi.
What you think of Flair? Flair, we all know he's a competitor. But if he really wasn't hurt that bad, he really wanted
You know, if Mark Mero's doing BET media, you might as well send him to All Japan Women
I'll tape up.
as a topless lady.
I bet you Flair said that.
Well, he sure didn't act right. I didn't see him tell the commission not to back off.
Yeah, Brawl for All as a one-time viewing is very funny. So definitely show your boyfriend Brawl for All. It is hilarious.
Well, tomorrow night, Tony, you gonna call the
It is like 3 people who actually know how to fight and like 13 guys who don't, but are very big.
World Wrestling Federation.
Bobby, you can't say that. Big Boss Man, World Wrestling Federation. Come on.
Begins at midnight tonight. You can call the hotline all day Sunday.
I think Mero did a New Japan tour too.
Will not be held on TBS tomorrow because our tradition of running Andy Griffith during the Super Bowl.
That is so funny. That running Andy Griffith during the Super Bowl is so important that they were preempting regular programming for it. That is so funny. I love it. I love Turner.
He's just holding Johnny down. He has the power advantage here, Bobby, and he's doing quite well.
Well, he's prepared himself for this match. Well, his identity's at stake.
That's right. The mask on the line.
How much damage do you think Van Vader could do running wild through Mayberry?
Oh, takes him down again.
Remember a few years ago when they like tried to bring back halftime heat at the Performance Center?
Longer than them.
And like they had like all the top NXT guys just do a PWG match. And it was just like Triple H jerking off.
What he's doing is he's leaning his weight over and he's trying to cut the oxygen to Johnny B. Bad's lungs. Plus he's pressing in on the side of the neck. Plus, he didn't keep him down.
Johnny B takes him down.
Johnny B takes him down.
Hit the ropes. Oh, he goes down.
Yeah, it was like the month before COVID. That's right. That's how they had the setup to do the wrestling shows at the Performance Center. They just modified how they did that.
3 main events this week on this 2.5-hour version of Saturday Night.
By the way, shout out to my SSRI gang. Gotta take my pills so I can fall asleep as soon as we're done tonight.
What are the people yelling?
Johnny.
Oh, I thought they all wanted to go to the bathroom.
No.
Oh, raising their hands, yelling, John. Excuse me.
With the wrestling fans who don't know how to go to the bathroom. I love
And
that.
without a doubt, the biggest match of his career in WCW.
Well, it's not like it took place in some little podunk town. This is in front of millions and millions of people.
That's right. Uh-oh.
He can't. Bobby can't even bother to pretend that center stage is like a good place to be.
Like I anticipated, coming into play during this matchup.
I'll tell you, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen here.
There's a Turner suit in the front row with like his shirt untucked and his tie all like ruffled. That is like real into this match. Than like a white shirt. It's probably drunk. Probably got drunk at his office. He's like does not want to go home to his wife. This isn't some podunk town. This is West Possum Ridge, Arkansas.
A rake to the eye. And again.
Can he lose the mask on the DQ? That's a good question. I think so. I do not think that masks are governed in the same way that championships
If he'd
are.
have turned his body around, covered him the other way, and held the rope, I think he'd have been better off. Kick him like a dog. You don't mind. I don't.
Front face lock. Picks him up for a vertical suplex.
Oh, there we go.
Shanghai Pierce in command of this match right now. The strong man from Texas, but Johnny B. Bad.
Straw man from Texas, I call him.
Away once again.
Seems he draws his strength from the fans. You notice that they start cheering, he starts coming alive.
You're right.
They should put duct tape across all the people's mouths in the crowd to see how good he does. Duct tape all the people together.
Where do you come up with these things?
On the brain.
You are.
Hello to the Raiders. Hello. Thank you so much to Corner Studies for the raid once again. I very much appreciate it. Glad to have you. Got about a half hour more show for tonight. An extra long WCW Deep Cuts Live. Not a lot of girth though. Just length.
Come on, Shanghai.
Nobody's happy. Much love to you, Corner Studies.
And he's taking it to Johnny B. Bad.
Head first again.
Yeah, I need to talk to Scotland. We gotta arrange another night like that. Up all night with my K-fabulous cousin Scotland Green. Big boot. That was a good big boot. Hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Is it J Mal? I had to look down because I couldn't tell if it was an L or an R. Hello, J Mal. Thank you so much for the follow.
I would think so because he's having to eat a lot of leather in this match.
Sure has.
Now, Shanghai.
It's classic WCW every Tuesday night. We're watching it. Watching it, baby. What's a raid? A raid is when another Twitch streamer ends their stream. They see that you're live and they can type in like / raid and then your username, and Twitch sends all of their viewers over to your stream. So like when I do it, like I'll type in like raid Mr. Green Mist, which is Scotland. He runs the Pro Wrestling Potluck. Hello, Conflicted. Thank you so much for the follow. I love these follows. Great. Cheers to you.
No. He didn't beat him. He didn't get it. The funny thing is,
Yeah, if you need something to do Thursday nights, 9 p.m., the Pro Wrestling Potluck. Again, my K-fabulous cousin, Scotland Green, Mr. Green Mist. Pro Wrestling Potluck is a wonderful show. Mitch Pump approved, and Tom Green approved. Oh, the mask came off. Holy shit, it's Mark Canterbury. It's like, The fans are like, it's a guy. It's a guy we don't know with a freshly dyed beard. Like, seriously, who cares? They don't know who he is. He wouldn't be Henry Godwin for a year and a half. Or no, it wouldn't. It would be less than a year. I got my timeline mixed up. You'd be in the WWF by the winter. Why is it snow? Oh, it's because Johnny B. Bad set off the Bad Blaster. I'm pretty sure he had some masks or matches unmasked in WCW. I don't think he did come out he might have come out unmasked earlier. Who knows? Oh no worries, Luis. We still got some time. Running late tonight. I keep interrupting myself while I'm trying to show Scotland. Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Twitch.tv/Mr. Green Mist. A hodgepodge of viewer-submitted matches, segments, promos, etc., etc. It's a blast. I'm in the chat very often. A lot of folks in this chat are in that chat. It's a lot of fun. Scotland plays games as well. Takes calls. Very interactive.
He does have a brother.
A lot of elements to Scotland show. Very high tech.
There's only one way to make the coolest games even cooler. Game Genie.
Who is it? Says Tony, and Brand's like, I have no idea. I just got my ID card. I don't even get my own office until Monday.
Do you think Mortal Kombat is awesome now? Wait till you play it with Game Genie. Because if you don't, you'll never know how.
The mask did come off Seinfeld. And, well, you know, Mark Canterbury was under the mask.
Free Mortal Kombat Game Genie codes at participating retailers while supplies last.
This is Thunder Cage. When I'll talk to Scotland, because last year he did Buzz Bowl, which was a, he does a thing called the Buzz Bin, which is like new matches with Buzz. And if Noli doesn't have late basketball games that day, I might just do Off the Grid before the Buzz Bin or the Buzz Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday as a lead into his show. So yeah, Off the Grid is again TBA. That's a good idea. Not spitting on ideas. The rules of Thunder Cage are the same as regular match, but it's in a big cage.
For yeast infection, I want an effective cure.
Yeah, I'll talk to Scotland, see if he's streaming during the Super Bowl again this year. Maybe we'll do a doubleheader where I stream before he goes live.
Now my choice, my cure, is Mycelex.
My choice, my cure.
Because calcium is so important for strong bones.
That's right, I forgot about the top of the cage like curves in. It's got like vines and shit hanging off of it. Sting like swung on one once. Yeah, that cow looks terrified because they're just letting kids fuck with the others.
Live coming up next on TBS.
I don't think there's ever been a mask versus mask match where like the gimmick was that they had to like switch. I do not believe so. I've seen mask versus mask matches where like it's two unmasked guys and the loser had to put on a mask. Logan Easton LaRoe did that in Chikara. He had to put on a mask and become blank. I believe this is our main event, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is our last match. The Nasties against all Marky Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio, who did not get an entrance, by the way.
That's right. They have to turn around and beat the Nasty Boys. Right. So all they got to do is last the time with it. You know, I must say that Missy Hyatt not
I'm sure somebody will do a match like that against him. Too many wacky gimmicks on the indies to leave that on the cutting room floor.
This Friday, the 4th of February, 10 o'clock,
10 p.m. Eastern Time.
Don't miss it. You see Cactus Jack and Max Payne both kiss Missy Hyatt. I understand she had to go to the hospital and have industrial lips.
Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Tell me this is 1994 without telling me it's 1994.
We'll find out. That was, of course,
And this shit was taped weeks in advance. Missy was no longer with the company.
Enjoy that belt, Bagwell.
I can see it. She does kind of look like a scuzzy China Phillips. Definitely see that, Brian.
Doing a lot of talking, aren't they?
How did he get his hair so shiny?
That's a do-rag.
Oh.
Yeah, Dusty, don't think that's the nasty we're going for.
Well, maybe
They still had her on the hotline ad, still selling the catalog. But yeah, she had been gone.
All right. The World Tag Team Championship is
Yeah, she was on Worldwide for like a month after this. Because they taped so damn far in advance. And I vaguely remember Bischoff burying her on the last. Those two had a weird relationship. Not relationship, I mean like a... Because Missy dated Jason Hervey, who was Bischoff's like best buddy. Then they broke up and like her life became hell in WCW when he became the guy in charge of TV. Yeah, I love how the competent referee is in the corner of the baby faces. And Nick Patrick's over here leaning on the ropes like he's like 3 or 4 drinks in.
I agree with that. He's the greatest high flyer I've ever seen.
I agree with you.
That's going to cut his career short, I bet.
Well, you're right. You know, it takes a lot out of...
Jason Hervey was in wrestling a hell of a lot longer than people realize. He was in TNA forever. Like, as a TV producer.
One count. Drop kick. Big slam. Uh-oh. Sags is hurt. Backflip.
Oh, dude, seriously, Scorpio standing moonsaults in 1990.
That's why they're tag team champions.
And he's not that much smaller than the Nasties either.
Brian,
they're not graceful, are they? They just go out there and maul you.
It's very funny that Jason Hervey was one of the generic aces and eights guys.
The announcement was made.
Like they just needed a body. Hey Jason, put on the ski mask.
Would defend the belts against the men they lost to at the Clash, Cactus and Max. However,
And yeah, it led to Scott Baio being on TNA. Lou Ferrigno was on TNA around that time too.
On Sunday, February 20, underneath to the midsection.
There was an episode of Impact where they did a show-long build. Mick Foley searching for Hulk because Hulk Hogan was coming in. And then they get to him and it's Lou Ferrigno. They wasted 2 hours. And Mick Foley was making a lot of money to just do stupid bits with Lou Ferrigno. Yeah, literally everybody was in TNA. Like, I was talking with someone yesterday. Like, I'm surprised like Giant Gonzalez was in the Nashville days. Oh, gotcha, Brian. And see, Brian would know. Brian was working for Spike at that time. For those of you who don't know.
And they were close enough to make a tag, so...
Yeah, Jason Hervey just... I'm not surprised. He's Bischoff's buddy. Bischoff was a biker boy.
Nick, come here. Go get the commish.
Those two hanging out in Sturgis. Looking for babes.
Andre takedown. Fans, we want to remind you, the match with Flair and Vader has been postponed due to injuries to Ric Flair. The match scheduled.
What a smart pay-per-view strategy.
Until April. We got another
Hottest match in the company. We're going to announce it and then cancel it. And then uncancel it the week before the pay-per-view.
Flair's condition next Saturday night here on TBS.
And tomorrow night.
Wait, did he just tell them to tag? Like he points it back and goes like this. Like.
The midsection. Hit first.
And they didn't do like an illegal tag, and then they tag. Like, was he telling them to tag? That's amazing, Brian.
That hotline, by the way,
Brian shared an anecdote. weirdest thing was going out for drinks after a New York TNA show, and the guy who played Paul from the Wonder Years showed up just to hang out with Jason Hervey and I assume like D'Lo Brown, Bubba Dudley. Was he in his Marilyn Manson gimmick? Yeah, with his ribs removed. Yeah.
And now the youngster Bagwell pulling on his reserves here.
His reserves.
Teddy Long on the outside. Missy Hyatt on the outside, encouraging their team.
That's awesome, right?
She can be nasty.
She is nasty. Uh-oh.
Better be careful, Teddy Long. She'll knock him out.
Well, I don't trust her.
She'll knock him out. He won't be in the house.
Because that's what you're supposed to be paying attention to, Nick Patrick, is them screaming at each other. Just punch a dude in the back of the head, why don't you?
Followed by a big elbow drop. Now, Sags. Bagwell holds his ground. Underneath.
Marcus Bagwell, who is apparently back in prison today. According to a YouTube thumbnail I found.
You know, he pulled his own teeth, you know.
Like he made a YouTube video with his podcast guy. It just says, Buff Bag, I'm going back to jail today. And it's like a YouTube thumbnail. This face look, and there's like bars. It's like a 20-minute video about like him getting a bunch of DUIs. It's very funny that he fucking YouTube faced going back to jail.
The Nasty Boys have attempted to brawl. Too Cold and Bagwell have attempted to wrestle. Been basically a stalemate. Neither team with much of an advantage here. Great drop toe hold.
Boy, what a great Super Bowl weekend this is going to be. I mean, 3 days ago, the Clash. Look, a title match right here. My hotline tonight.
Oh, this is a title match. That's fun.
Main event tomorrow. This is great.
It's fun for me to figure out 10 minutes into the match.
Hope he's going to make sure that Floyd's not
I'm dumb.
Full arm dragon twist.
All right, LJH, have a good night. See you soon. Thanks for being here tonight. Oh, shit. Hopefully you go to bed a little safer than that. What the hell? That was shitty as hell. Fuck you, Brian Knobbs. And the Nasty Boys were the champs. I just didn't know they put the belts on the line. But like, you're supposed to like put guys down safely. Like that's the point of wrestling, is to put them down safely after you pick them up. Brian Knobbs is like, fuck your life.
Trying to help him up.
Yeah, and inexplicably not a DQ. Nick Patrick's over here arguing with Teddy Long.
And he's manager of the year.
Nick Patrick was probably like, hey, listen. The last match, the guy had a nightstick. It was so cool.
Harley Race should be manager of the year.
Yeah, that's funny. Teddy Long was manager of the year like every year that he was like manager of like the baby faces that always lost. Yeah, I think he was manager of the year in like '96 when he was Jim Powers' manager, just so that they would have something to say about him when he would go out and do charity work.
I mean, it's flowing inside of him. He'll feel bad tomorrow. Whoa!
Like, bless Scorpio's heart for not just getting up and punching that fucking dude in the face. That was so shitty.
No, not at all. They continued in the Nasty Boys, the pressure on Too Cold Scorpio.
And Nick Patrick's, wait, what happened? He touched the rope and full. Oh, he's fucking done, Scorpio, buddy. You can't do that.
And probably the strong suit, the best weapon of Too Cold and Bagwell has been taken away. But look at.
Yeah, don't touch Nick Patrick's balance beam, the top rope.
To stay in this matchup.
Field goal, 3 points.
He's dazed. He can barely stand. Just dangling there.
I'll tell you what.
He's dangling in more ways than one, I imagine.
Knobbs When Knobs threw him over, he didn't notice that his back hit the apron. If they knew that right now, they'd be working on the back. I guarantee you. Scorpio's lucky.
That's a good point. That's a good point because they are working on the upper body, the chest, and the head region.
He's working on the upper body. Very specific. Very specific, y'all.
Maybe him and Flair can get a deal on back surgery.
Well, we'll have to see if Flair needs surgery or not. The abdominal stretch. Now, this works on the abdominals and the back as well, Bob.
That's right. But see, Knobs has to hook his foot there around Scorpio's foot.
And Nick Patrick's just kind of here to, I don't know. Looks like he's doing something, but he's really not. He's looking right at the grabbing hands, by the way.
Balance. Well, you can't stand on one leg too long. Are you flamingo?
No tag made on that.
Brian Knobbs looks like he has the worst odor. It's technician extraordinaire Brian Knobbs. Imagine him doing the Dean Malenko thing. Walk into the ring.
No, he's not going to do that.
See, but that's not a good move either. Maybe he's got an investment down the line. They could be permanently damaged. It's over. This way there'll always be another day.
That's true.
Missy Hyatt is on another fucking planet right now. She's just dancing along ringside. Look at her. Like, just...
Oh, my. Bagwell's had enough. Marcus Bagwell. He snapped. Meanwhile, Scorpio...
Yeah, what is Missy doing? I have no idea.
He's got him in the ring. The small package.
Were they... Was Missy like... What are you doing, Nick Patrick? Somebody has to count this. She was in the ring, dude. And you're just like... Gotta go now. Stand out there, young lady. God, he sucked.
The headbutt was a little bit high. It was not a low blow, and Nick Patrick, it was a headbutt.
According to the rules at that time, it was the ref's discretion. If the ref felt it wasn't intentional and the momentum carried the wrestler of the rope, the ref could waive it. Well, here's the thing. That's the most blatant throwing somebody over the top rope I've ever seen in my fucking life. And maybe the most dangerous.
And he rolls into the center. 1, 2, and no step.
They tried to rib Knobs by filling his gear with tobacco juice 3 days before he noticed. Hey, John Payne over on Twitter. Not really. Taking my son to a couple meet and greets Thursday and Friday, but I'm gonna be homeward bound this weekend. No Rumble for me.
But Too Cold Scorpio stays with us.
Physically removes Bagwell outside the ring, whereas Missy Hyatt is in the ring biting Scorpio's face. And Nick Patrick's like, Missy, can we not do that? Okay, I'll let it go this time.
Look at this reserve. 1, 2.
There is an abdominal stretch. The twister is the MMA abdominal stretch. It's pretty much the same thing.
Wow, what a beating he's taken, Bobby Heenan.
What a tag match has it become.
I believe the most famous use was that Korean zombie fight in WEC like 15 years ago.
They've been in over 5, 6, 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Every bit of 7 minutes in this.
Exactly. No wonder the NWO won it. He didn't even have to turn heel. Just do his job as normal.
He has been out of it, but he has stayed in the match. He is to his feet. Bagwell encouraging his partner to make a tag. And he does. Now Marcus Bagwell trying to regain the title.
Yeah, maybe they didn't tell him to turn heel in '97. They just told him, work as normal and we'll work around you.
Well, he's fresh. He's fresh. Just don't make a mistake and you got the belt.
That's right. Big shoulder. Cover.
Nick Patrick doesn't make... That was the laziest fucking break. All right, Yankee Hawk, see you soon. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Oh, there we go.
He's got him. He's got him. Referee needs to turn around.
Jerry Sachs could not give two shits. Just strolls over at his own pace. That was a hell of a save by Scorpio. That ruled.
He's going after Sachs. What a world title match we got on TBS.
Oh shit! Scorpio wiped out. Oh, he dumped knobs on the back of his head. That was gross. That ruled. That's fun. Have fun at now, John. Have fun. What is he doing to that woman? Yeah, he did that just to prove it. What? Fuck, Nick Patrick's the worst. Yeah, Vader got too cold in WCW. They were buddies from Colorado. And Vader's like, this guy is the coolest wrestler of all time, and you guys need to hire him. He didn't keep Dick in line. Oh, I thought she was gonna do a bump, like a flip bump to the floor.
Look, he's keeping her. Oh, I don't like this. Let's go to Mean Gene Okerlund. Slap him, kick him, rip it.
All right, Vader, Harley Race, I am certain you heard the news earlier in this television
Hey, Vader, put on clothes. I bet he didn't. Yeah, he definitely didn't shower.
This is impossible. It cannot happen.
Looks like they're fighting for a cat. Ah!
You cannot stop a World Series.
It's not the World Series, Harley.
This man controls his own destiny. Yes.
One at a time, please.
Did they hear the news? Yeah, they interrupted the press conference.
I said, is this justice? Shut up when I'm talking.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, shut up, motherfucker.
Who do they think they are anyway? Who do they think they are? Huh? I'm talking to you. Who do they think they are? Shut up and stand still. Listen to me. Boy,
Vader's trying to make him laugh. That's very fun.
You slimy worm. You gutless chicken.
What the hell shirt is he wearing? Oh my god, I know the shirt he's wearing. Okay, so, No, it couldn't have been that. No, that's the so, if you guys remember the England tour where, Sid and Arn got into that fight, Max Payne tells the story on his shoot interview that after the tour, like, one of like the WCW employees that went on the tour got a shirt made with like an animation. Yeah, that's the bus. That's the bus. All right, I'm gonna pause it right there. I'm gonna tell the story real quick before we go. Like the animation has like Arn and Sid like with knives and like all sorts of like inside jokes from the tour. And it's like, I survived the WCW England tour. He wore that shirt. Holy shit, it's awesome. But so before we go, here's what we're gonna be watching next Tuesday on WCW Deep Cuts Live.
This is the guy from Springer. What? I swear he looks like a guy that was on Jerry Springer.
It's probably a case of mistaken identity.
All right, that's it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me a little later than normal. A little past 11:30 Eastern live as we're closing up shop. Appreciate y'all giving me the hangs. I think according to the combined little counter here, there's a little over 700 of you still with me live between all three platforms. Thank you all so much for being with me tonight. As if you saw the graphic I put out to promote the show, the day's been rough. I'm glad to have you here. 10th floor, hey! Thank you, John Payne, for giving me the Twitch follow. But yeah, I'll be back next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Pretty sure we won't be going this late next Tuesday, but we'll be watching some wrestling for a couple hours. As I always like to close these shows with, while I would like to have you all back next Tuesday, I hope you do make it back. Even if you don't make it here, just make it to next Tuesday. 7 days. That's all I'm asking. I'm gonna try my hardest. Life is hard. Life sucks, especially now. God damn, does my country suck. And there are personal things as well. So, you know what? I'm gonna work my hardest to get back here to next Tuesday. I hope you do too. And my name's Tom. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. Go to bed.